Types of braiding. I've been learning how to do the bracelets, I've been doing square braids, round braids, how to put beads onto them and how to put findings on, as I didn't know how to do any of this before the course. I actually found the course through going onto the JewelleryMaker studio site and finding the tutorials and the workshops on the course, getting in touch with the studio and inquiring about the course. Before then, I didn't even know that the JewelleryMaker even existed. It has been a wonderful experience, as I have learned so much that I never even knew existed before today. It has been a wonderful experience. I would recommend anybody at all to come on this course, as it has opened my eyes to a whole new world.
Did you know that the JewelleryMaker phone number is free from a UK landline? Now you can spend those extra pennies on more shopping.
The early bird catches the worm. Don't miss out on your chance to grab our amazing early bird offers at 9 AM on weekday mornings. Catch them while you can.
Garnets are a very large family of gemstones. This gemstone family can be split into two types. Your first type being your pyrospites, which include your almondine and your pyrope garnets. These are often your red and your brown hues. And again, this family actually contains aluminium within its chemical structure. The second group is your grandites, and these contain the more coloured varieties of garnets, and these are your calcium mineral in the chemical composition. Garnets themselves are actually a very, very well-known gemstone, instantly recognisable for their brown-red hues, and often used throughout history in jewellery pieces as well. They're very hard-wearing, which makes them great for use in jewellery, and again they are a January's birthstone as well, and birthstones are always a favourite amongst jewellery makers.
Hello everybody, good afternoon, welcome to JewelleryMaker, welcome to Designer Inspiration. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I have got one heck of a show for you today on Designer Inspiration. You have got so many treats coming up. I'm talking about the big blue gemstone. I have got one of the biggest quantities that I have had in months of that. That's coming up for you today, and it's not just any old strand, it's a double strand for you. I've also got, back by very popular demand, a stunning strand of abalone coming up for you too. You've got these beautiful heart shapes, they'll be up for you relatively soon, so do stay tuned for those. I've also got in my drawer of wonder some gorgeous 925, including some spectacular earring findings with little heart details. I don't think you'll want to miss them, they're new. You wouldn't have seen anything like those before. And also, funnily enough, backed by popular demand, I have got a guest designer that we have not seen this year. Some of you, I'm sure, will have thought, where has she gone? Where is she? Well, she is back by massive popular demand. She is the wonderful, the ever so lovely Maggie!
Thank you, Becky. How are you? Hi, everyone.
Hello, lovely. You're back. I'm so happy.
It's great to be back. It doesn't seem like a few months. It seems like yesterday.
It does. That's
yes,
good.
It does. Yeah.
How was your New Year and Christmas?
Oh, crumbs. That was ages ago, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
It was
but
quiet.
We've not seen you.
It was quiet and very family orientated, so it was good. Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Quite nice.
Oh, yes.
Nice
yeah.
to rest.
Yes, as much as one rests at Christmas. Usually the time you'll be dashing around, peeling spuds and stuffing turkeys and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's only once a year, though, so you can do it, can't you?
Absolutely.
Yes. What about yourself? Was it good?
Yes, it was lovely, thank you. Very nice. Now, you are back by popular demand, and you've got two gorgeous, gorgeous kits.
Two very different but very
different.
stunning kits.
Talk to me about your first kit, please.
It's very textiles based. It's pink and black. It's got three different types of it's got two different types of textiles, one in two colours. Very lacy, very feminine, very pretty, but with a wee bit of an edge to it too. And the gemstones are a bit lush. Yeah, have you seen them? Of course you have. Yeah.
Of course I have.
That pink amethyst is so sparkly.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's having fun making it up. Lots of fun.
You've got so many new products in that first kit as well. Brand spanking new for you today. We've got our 6-inch lace netting in the pink and in the black. I'll be honest with you, it looks really bright on here, but the lovely thing is you can make this look so delicate, it almost looks white in an individual layer, but then add it up to really get the impact of that colour. We're going to be showing you exactly how to use this today, as well as many, many more techniques. In your second designer inspiration, you've got some statement pieces in there, haven't you?
Oh, that red magnesite. I like big chunky stones.
Yeah.
And so when I looked, first of all, it's red and it's magnesite, and there's 3 different types of stones that all coordinate, and that's really good because that means it gives you lots more leeway to create a colour coordinated piece with the same elements but lots of different shapes in it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so it's great. You like it.
You're going to be learning in that how to use a bit of a new, quite a new product to us, but you're also going to be looking at how to create these gorgeous big statement but lightweight earrings as well, aren't we?
Oh, there's those as well, yes, because it's got 5 different colours of beading thread in it. Yeah. So 5 different strands of beading thread, different colours. So it's a way of using them so that they'll coordinate beautifully, but they sort of make a little bit of something a bit different, yeah.
So there is loads for you coming up. I had better get started really, hadn't I? Danny is my producer this afternoon as Helena is off for her birthday weekend. Where are we starting, Danny boy? What? The earring findings. We're going to start off with these beautiful heart-shaped earring findings. They are sensational. They're in high-end 925 as well. Now, when we talk about 925, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about 92.5% genuine silver. So this is one of the most luxurious pieces you can get your hands on, and it's got an extra double whammy in the shape of these themselves. You have got here these beautiful, beautiful bail pieces. These are your heart pendant bails that we have here for you. So I'm holding the bail section in my tweezers at the top there, and you can see you've got the hollowed out heart. It's kind of a bit of a quirky heart, it's kind of a bit of a chintzy heart, slightly off the centre, which gives it this beautiful kind of fluidity appeal to it, if that makes sense. But then as I turn these around, you will be able to see you've got this section here that goes across. So this is a section that's almost like a horse stirrup, isn't it? Because it's 925, these come apart really, really easily. You just guide them apart with your hands or with your tweezers, because it is 925, so it is malleable enough. And the great thing about that as well is we all know 925 is highly malleable, highly easy to shape. But when you actually pull these back into place, it is instantly going to work hard on them. So that's then adding to your designs as well. We did find a little gemstone just to pop in these. This is just one. It's not one we've got on the show, it's just one that we found earlier on, and you can see how that gemstone can be held within. You can do a drop with this, of course, though a drop would look really, really pretty on that detail as well. It's completely up to you what you do with these. It says 925 on it in a number of different locations. Now that's great, because let's face it, we're all creatives here. We've all got that mindset whereby we see pieces and we know what it says, we know that these are pendant bails, but also we've got that imagination, haven't we, to think, actually though, if I snipped off that bit, I could use that in my resin, and if I kept that section I could actually make myself a pair of earrings. The great thing with these is it says 925 in a number of different locations, so even if you did chop these up and use them as individual sections, then if you were to sell these on or pass these on, people are still going to know it's 925, and that's because you have the 925 written at the top of the bail, but you also have 925 written on the back of these as well. You have got your highest quality luxury metal here. I've talked to you a lot about the situation with gold at the moment, for the fact that we can't get gold out of the ground. At the moment we're going through about a ton's worth of rough to get 1.1 grams worth of that precious metal out. Gold is the extreme, that is kind of the most dire situation we're talking about at the moment with our precious metals, but silver is very close behind. So when you can get it at amazing jewellery prices, do it quickly. Your price point today for £5 is just £9.95. That is working out as £1.99 approximately per bail, and these are coming in your 2 individual sections. You can see you've got the movement on there, you can see all that movement you can have on there, but you've also got that separate bail section as well. So if you did want to take off the bail and you see where this eye loop is here, just attach your 925 earring wire or your shepherd's hook, or maybe even just your own wire, attach it to those. You can do yourself a gorgeous pair of earrings with these really simply. simply, but then you still have the bales to set into, say, your metal clay or your polymer clay. The bale size is really important on these as well. If I move the tweezers, and you'll get a better look at these, because the bale size is actually, considering in particular it's a precious metal, really, really sizable. Now that's just so important if you're doing things like your kumihimo or your macrame. It's going to be so important. You're going to be able to get a fair few different size weaves through here, which is perfect. Absolutely splendid. $9.95. Hello everyone. Lots of multi-buyers on this. Get them whilst you can. LRRF15, that is your code on these, so get them whilst you can, because they are new to us and we don't want to miss out on them, do we? And if we're sticking with the heart theme, can you guess what's coming next? We hardly ever see this anymore. We went through a phase of having plenty, and then you loved it so much it just flew out the door and we couldn't order it back in quick enough. It's back for you today though, if you're the lucky quick few. 0800 644 645. Get on the phone lines right now, because this, ladies and gentlemen, is your gorgeous abalone shell. It is spectacularly beautiful, isn't it? We had over 100 of these gone on the launch. I've got about 50, I've got last chance saloon on these left. That's 30 or less on these. Let me talk you through this abalone. It is sensational. Abalone is essentially the inside of a power shell, and what you get is this gorgeous kind of myriad of these beautiful kind of rainbow-like colours. Completely and absolutely natural. We don't kind of, you know, blend these colours or paint them on. We just add an enhancement to them to give it this gorgeous effect. One thing that's really important to point out, the quality of our abalone, which isn't something that you can always find, as it is double-sided. I'm sure a lot of you will know that, you know, my background's kind of in the papercraft scene, and I have worked with abalone numerous times over the years, and the vast majority that I will ever purchase, whether it be online or from a craft store, will be one-sided. This here at JewelleryMaker is double-sided though. We put a lot of thought into this. What that means is you've got that beautiful high shine on one side with that gorgeous colour, but then as I turn them, you also have them on the back. You don't find that in most places. Most places on the back will just be black resin and that's it, or even black plastic sometimes, that's it. We work to make both of them really beautiful, and that means you can wear them in earrings. You don't have to worry about the front looking better than the back. Both sides of this are going to look gorgeous as they catch the light. I've not got many of these left. Your price point today for this whole strand of heart-shaped abalone is just £9.95 for you today. We've got them back by popular demand. We haven't decided to raise the price of them or anything like that. We've decided to keep them at what you've always loved them at, even though we absolutely could. We've honoured the launch price of these, and we continue to do so whenever we can. Hello to Julie in lovely Cheshire. Oh, Julie, I came down from Cheshire this morning. Nightmare. Traffic. Again! Traffic is a nightmare at the moment. Blimey. Yeah, on the M6, M53, M6, all the way up to the M5. Nightmare. So, Julie, stay in today, because there's no point in going out if you're in Cheshire. Traffic is a nightmare. Stay in with us. You've got Ruth in Middlesex. Hello, lovely. Heather in the Highland as well. Oh, Elizabeth. Hi Elizabeth again, how are you, lovely lady? The names are coming up on the side of the screen, but one thing that's important to point out is it doesn't say how many people are actually purchasing, because I know for a fact that some of the names you've got on your screen in front of you, they're not just buying the one. Well done. If everyone were to check out their basket, I would have none of these left, so I better move on. £9.95 for you today. Get them whilst you can, and congratulations to every single one of you, because that's a real treat, isn't it? Where to, sorry, Danny boy? I've got for you now some beautiful spaces. These spaces are spectacular, and I'm getting them out by the handful because my wonderful producer Danny just opened the box and they flew everywhere. But it's all right, because I've only got 60 of them to pick up. You have got in here such a wonderful array of your spaces. Spaces are fab for so many reasons. Number one, they can make your gemstones go further, and let's face it, especially when we're dealing with, say, high-end multicoloured beryl, or when we're dealing with tanzanite, sometimes we need our gemstones to go further, don't we? To give the appeal and the look of it being a really beautiful necklace, but actually kind of still having a little bit of leeway there for spacing, etc. Spaces are perfect for that. But also, if you love those charm bracelets that have been huge for, let's face it, years now, then you can get a beautiful charm bracelet style with these. They are sensational, and you've got lots of different shapes. Let's start off with the butterfly. Never ever been seen on Designer Inspiration before. How gorgeous is that? So it's got kind of a fleur-de-lis kind of patterning on it a little bit, hasn't it? You have got your butterfly spaces here. You're going to be getting 10 of this shape. If I show you the drill hole on these, you'll be able to see how workable that is. You should be able to even get through, by the looks of things, your satin cord on there, because it's quite a decent drill hole on those. So that is your butterfly spacer that we have there. I've also got another butterfly. I love the butterflies because butterflies, they have positive connotations, don't they? The butterfly, kind of the rebirth, the regrowth. It's a beautiful shape to have. Great for things like charm bracelets. Again, if you are going to be doing, maybe someone's going into a new job, or perhaps someone's starting a new family or moving away. It's kind of nice connotations with the butterfly for that. So you've got this butterfly, which has kind of got more of the body detail to it. And again, decent sized drill hole on those. Again, 10 of each. And then bringing to you, oh, is it a little bee? Is this a little bumblebee? Because this reminds me of something off of Harry Potter. What's that thing off of Harry Potter that looks just...
The golden snitch.
The golden snitch! You're right, Ben. That's exactly what it reminds me of. 10 points to Gryffindor. You have got, well, you could if you wanted to, you know, why not? Why not? I think technically these are described as a fancy spacer, probably. I'm going to say it looks a bit like a bumblebee, though, doesn't it? Because it's got a striped body and then it's got these really cutesy little wings. Whatever you decide it to be, it's a beautiful spacer, isn't it? It's got quite a nice wingspan to it as well. So it's quite dainty in its body size, but it has a good wingspan, so it's quite handy to make quite a dramatic piece without going OTT. Great for earrings as well. I'm also going to add to the situation oval spacer. 14 by 9 mil on these ones. Can you see it's got those cutesy little kind of flower patterns just indented within there? And then it is an oval shape. Come back, you little thing. Cool, what you like? It's got kind of the doming in the centre. So when you look at it at the sides, can you see it's got a really interesting shape actually, hasn't it? Quite nice on male jewellery, that one as well. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, I'm going to, oh no, not lastly but by no means leastly, I've got two more. I've got these beautiful stars. How cutesy, star, think of this. So we're going to put a head pin through the centre. Oh, it's nice, these tweezers. Have you been greasing up these tweezers again, Brother P? I've told you to stop doing that. It's embarrassing. So put your head pin through there. Eye loop at the bottom, and then just loads of chain, 3 or 4 chains. So it looks like you're going to have a shooting star pendant. I think that'll be really sweet. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, you've got the squares. And these ones have almost got a little bit of a tribal, almost an animal print detail on them. So you're getting 10 of each of these, which means you're getting 6 different designs, you're getting 60 pieces. Your price point today for all of these is just £9.95 for you. Working out about 16 pence per charm. And if you think about those high-end charm bracelet stores and you think how much they are for an individual one, you're asking usually, without any gemstone, without any 925, you're looking at around the £40 mark, aren't you? Sometimes they're 35 per one, but even then, it's a high price when you're getting these for just a few pennies. New to the show and loving it. First gem purchase, Abalone Hearts, can't wait to receive at home with the new baby and looking forward to a new hobby. Elizabeth, a few things to tell you. Number 1, when you purchase from us, I will probably name check you because I used to pretend that my middle name was Elizabeth and I love the name Elizabeth. Also, congratulations, new baby. What's your new baby called? I give kisses. That's what I do to babies. What do you do to babies? Are you a face squeezer?
Oh no, I didn't touch them because I'm frightened I might break them.
Oh, I do know what you mean.
Do something like jump or something like that and do themselves a damage.
I do know what you mean. Ben, what are you like with babies?
Just kind of like...
Oh.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Yeah,
How do they like
the?
the? Do they cry?
Yeah, I think it's because I know that I'm not that confident in holding them.
Oh, get you. Oh, sweetie. I like the way you held that then. It was like the Calvin Klein advert they used to do. Do you remember? No? Too young. Where are we going, Danny? Shell Pearl Cabochons. We have got here a lovely different array of colours. Pete, what are you like with babies?
I'm good.
Are you?
Yeah, Yeah, it's the only age that I am good with.
It's the only age you are good with. Oh, sweetie. Oh, bless you. I would say I'm sure that's not true, but I don't like to lie. Gorgeous brother Pete. We'll say hello to brother Pete in a bit because he's back. Have a little look at these ones I have for you here. I have got such a massive amount of these. I've got 30 of these in total. I've got 10 of the cream. I've got 10 of this beautiful kind of peacock colours. They're really pretty. All of these are 10 mil, by the way, so there are more dainty of the variety. And then I have this gorgeous kind of maroon or burgundy that we have here. You get 10 pieces in total. Now these are just the perfect size for things such as your earrings. So if you've got your earring studs, even if you just have your you know, earring studs with the butterfly back and you just cut off the front ball, because these have that half drilled section within them, I don't know if you can see it just there, you can pop your wire through these and just glue them into place, and then you're going to have this really cutesy pair of earring studs. Really pretty. Going to be great as rings as well. Perfect for rings. Danny says they're all very glamorous colours. Yeah, I can agree with that. They are, yeah, they're quite high ends. They're quite opulent, actually, aren't they, all in all? Very opulent. So these are your 3 colours that you're getting together. You're getting 10 of each. Your shell cabochon pearl price today should be. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. We bundled these up for you so we can give you a great price, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take that price down. It's not £14.85. We're going to take it down for you today. It's not 14, it's £9.95 for you today for all of those. What do you think of those prices?
How many are there? 15?
30.
30! Oh, sorry, did I shout there? 30. That's just fantastic. They're lovely. They're such nice shape. They're so regular, and they can be bridal or they can be evening glamour. You know, they're so multi-usable. Is that
absolutely
such a word?
Multi-use? Yeah. Oh, sorry if the camera just wobbled. Then Ben dropped his name tag.
That was really intense.
That was really intense. Slightly over the top, but okay.
It was.
Okay. £9.95 for you. What would you do with them, lovely Maggie?
I'd probably use some glue, and I'd glue them onto something, and I'd then like not soutache around them, but I'd use thread or I'd use cord. The 1mm silky cord is good for it, and the cotton cords, and sort of sew that round them. So it's setting them into say a textile, because that's what I like doing, and then just holding them in place with that. So it's a sort of version of soutache.
I love
what
that.
many people would do with wire and beads instead. Yeah.
I like the idea of that. Multi-medium then, really, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Kathy's emailed, text us in saying, how long will it be before Elizabeth is able to ignore her crying baby? Just a little longer until Maggie has finished her demo. Oh, we'll have to wait and see. Find out, Elizabeth, we'll see. Because you just can't. Once you get captivated, it's nearly impossible to flip off.
It's really difficult, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. Especially when you see some of these designs we've got coming up. Thank you for that, lovely Kathy, today. On the table, I'm going over to get you something that I think, well, I personally have never seen before. I know we have had them on before, but I've never ever been lucky enough to have these on a show. They are brand new to a mid-show, and I would say to you, if you've got earring findings that you are looking at making beautiful stud earrings, but perhaps the shells aren't for you, perhaps you want the real deal, I've got it here for you now, because these are real, genuine, cultured, half-drilled pearls. Take a look at them. So this is the look you're going to be getting from the front, but as you can see, you have got that drill hole that runs halfway through these pieces. Now what that means is you could apply a little piece of, say, wire at the back of these, or if you've got your half-drilled pendant findings, you can apply the drill hole to that section, either glue them on or use your E6000 or whatever you might have in your stash, and you can create these beautiful, beautiful stud-like pieces, but without having to worry about hiding that drill hole, because there is only one in this. Now that's going to give you a really, really professional finish to your pieces. These are genuine cultured pearls. Now people always ask, what are cultured pearls? Well, Cultured pearls essentially are the way that we get around 94-95% of all of our pearls now. Cultured pearls are an environmentally friendly way of getting your pearls. It means we don't have to delve into the sea to go down and disturb marine life or ruin coral to get these. They are in a cultured area whereby they are essentially checked upon by humans at all times. They're a beautiful, beautiful piece to have in your collection because you can buy safe in the knowledge that we haven't been and disturbed any marine life for these at all, but you still got that gorgeous real deal pearl effect. You have got a pack of 10 here, which means you could make 5 pairs of earrings or 10 individual pendants. Your price point today, you're not going to believe, just £7.95 for these today. That's working out about 79p per one. That is absolutely astonishing when you consider the size of these is pretty large. We're looking at an 8x7, but also when you think the work that has to go into these is kind of quadrupled really, because it's relatively easy once you've got a stack of pearls to drill a hole right the way through, but with these you have to get the precision of it just exact so that the drill hole doesn't ruin any of the necra, doesn't ruin the orient, it goes halfway through and then is taken out correctly so that you don't get at any angles or have the drill hole going through a separate section that maybe it shouldn't. £7.95 for 10 of those today. Well done to everyone who's getting involved with these. It's going to add a beautiful effect to you. Feel free to text us in if you want to. Anything you might like to ask us today. Maybe you want to know how Brother Pete's birthday was. How old did you turn, Brother Pete?
I am now 24.
I am now 24. Officially a man now, aren't you, Brother Pete? Maybe you want to find out about that. Maybe you haven't seen Maggie in ages, you want to know what she's been up to, and you want to ask her any hints and tips, because Maggie's great at helping out with that sort of thing. Feel free to text us, 60777. Start your text with the word JM Studio. I wasn't 110% I was going to be able to bring this to you today, but I have been able to. I'm just going to give you a heads up that this is not a time to mess around. This is a time to get on the phone as soon as you possibly can if you want one of the most exquisite gemstones in the world and you want to get it naturally. We have it on so rarely. I mean so rarely. I'm thinking about 4 or 5 different strands I've ever had in my time here at JewelleryMaker of this gemstone. It is truly exquisite in the extreme. It is one of the hardest gemstones in the world to get your hands on due to the mining process, but I've got it here. And the craftsmanship is sensational. Take a look at this. Pink amethyst. That is just glowing, isn't it? Now, pink amethyst is a true rarity. Pink amethyst is one of the most sought after amethysts in the world when you get it naturally. Don't get me wrong, amethyst is an interesting gemstone whereby most gemstones, when we heat them, of course the colour will alter dramatically or it will often go darker. Amethyst, as we know, doesn't it? It's actually one of the only gemstones that gets lighter. Now, pink amethyst itself it's got its name due to the tone. So when you look at this, you're probably not thinking, oh wow, yeah, that's definitely 100% pink, are you? It has got those blush back tones, but it's not OTT. What we actually talk about when we talk about pink amethyst is we talk about the tone. We talk about the tone of the amethyst. Now, here at JewelleryMaker, we have the opportunity to name this in a certain way. We have an opportunity to name it pink amethyst. It's a name that people recognise, people know what to expect and what to get, and therefore we tend to. But another thing we can name it is Rose de France. Now, if we were to give this that title of the Rose de France, then you would be looking at triple figures even here at JewelleryMaker, because Rose de France naturally itself is such a rarity. It's all to do with tectonic shift, it's all to do with heating of the crust of the earth, It's all to do with Mother Nature and the kind of elements that she brings down at a certain time. It's all to do with heating pressure as well, kind of the pressure of the movement of the ground. So to get it naturally like this is almost unheard of. It's such a rarity, and due to that the prices can be extortionate. When I talk about Rose de France, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the tone of the gemstone. I have got a slide that will depict this for you perfectly. So, as we know, amethyst is a type of quartz. When it's of its pinkest, delicate, really, really pink hue, which is around a 1 to 3 tone, then you have rose quartz. Amethyst is between 5 and 10 tones, so that means it's the really dark, deep, kind of regal, royal purples. Rose de France is right in the middle. It's up to 5% of tone. And that, to my eye anyway, is exactly what we have here. You're going to be absolutely blown away by the price of this, you really are. Your price point today, that is astonishing. That is astonishing, especially considering that actually we don't mine for this like we mine for tanzanite with big explosives. We don't mine for it like that. We don't dig deep into the ground, 800 meters into the ground like we are with certain gemstones. This gemstone is taken out by a pickaxe that is around the size of a forearm. It's tiny, tiny pickaxe, all hand manually done. It's so, so small. It can take an entire day to take out one small geode around the size of 2 hands, of which you'll probably get about triple this carat weight, so about 3 strands worth. But the thing is, those geodes are so beautiful and so exquisite and so epic that actually they're just getting sold off to the Asian market at the moment as whole geodes, meaning that a lot of Europe can't even get their hands on gemstones like this in this quality because it's so much easier to just sell on the geode as is. So $14.95, bearing in mind this is a tone we hardly ever get. If it was given the name Rose de France, then you would be paying triple figures even here, and the fact that this is so hard to get off the ground, $14.95 is amazing. I'm about to make it epic. We are taking that price down. I've already got so many of these allocated. Everyone pays the same, and that price is £11.95 for you today. That is astonishing. Good afternoon, ladies. Hello, lovely. I have this pink amethyst strand. It's stunning. I've made earrings and bracelet charms. Perfect for earrings. Catherine, absolutely perfect for earrings because the workmanship is absolutely stunning and they've got that kind of regular drop. There is a little bit of a graduation on this strand, but absolutely perfect for those earrings, and I love the idea of a little bracelet charm. Because let's face it, let's be honest, if you're thinking of these on a charm bracelet, then realistically they're going to catch the light. You're going to be able to see the workmanship and the craftsmanship from the lapidress. You're going to be able to see that internal glow just shining out. Sometimes it's nice to be a little bit selfish when we're making something, isn't it? Sometimes I always think earrings are for other people, bracelets and rings are for you, aren't they? Because you get to see them. You can't see your earrings or your necklace that much, can you? But everyone else can. I always think with strands like your rings and bracelets, then that's for you, and these are going to be perfect for that. So many of you coming in, absolutely loads and loads and loads of you coming in. It is this type of amethyst, so of course you could put it with some of the challenge strands we have coming up later on. Do get your hands on this whilst you can, ladies and gentlemen, because my quantity is going down dramatically, unsurprisingly, because let's face it, you have got natural, genuine pink amethyst here, and I have to say it's not given the name of the Rose de France. You know and I know if it was given that name, it would be selling for extortionate amounts. Our sister channels have Rose de France events and showcases purely focusing on amethyst over this tone because it's one of their biggest sellers, it's one of their most popular gemstones, and it's one that they like to dedicate whole hours to just on this gemstone. We don't get the opportunity to do that because we don't get that many in, but we have got some in today. I have got loads of them gone on, absolutely loads. Quantity check at the beginning, we had 96. I've got over half of my stock gone on this though. 20 with you in basket, so please do check out, please. Elizabeth in Greater London, come on you love, check on out. Cindy as well do, Rosemary, Zara and the rest of you, do check out when you get the opportunity to do so. That is an absolute bargain of a gemstone you've just got yourself, and it's probably one of the only few pink amethysts you have in your stash as well, so get it whilst you can because it's exceptional. You're going to fall in love. Congratulations to everyone who got that. Nice work. Okay, designer inspiration time all ready. Can you believe it? What are we looking at here then, Maggie?
What are we looking at? Where? Here. We're looking at the lace, the pyrite, the little sparkly rondelles, and obviously the silky cord as well, a real mixture.
To create these pieces, do I have to be a textile worker?
No, absolutely not.
Good.
I think if people can do jewellery, they can do anything else that's using their hands and their fingers. They'll be fine with it. It's about a little bit of dexterity.
Absolutely.
And I think it's much easier stitching in and out of fabric than it is making wrapped loops, etc. So it's easier, I think.
So it's a good one for everyone to get involved with.
Oh, totally, yes.
Now, have a little look at what we've got here, because these, ladies and gents, are brand spanking new. Take a little nosy. This is your lace netting. Now, let me get a little bit of this out for you, shall I? Well, let's get this one out, because that one's already got the thing off. So, let me just show you a little bit of this, because how did you find it to work with? Because obviously it's brand new.
I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah, are you having fun getting into the pack?
Yeah, I'm just trying to do it
off,
kind of
slide it off.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it so that I don't break the packaging. There we go.
Yeah, so it's lovely. It's a nice quality lace.
Super strong, isn't it?
Oh, it's definitely strong, yes.
Super sturdy.
And I think it could be used for lots of things. I don't think it's just for uses like I've used it. There's such a big upsurgence in sewing and people doing their own clothes, etc., that I think you could use it for trims also. So I think it's multi-purpose.
So trims on dresses, trims on bags.
Yeah, I saw Elena, who was presenting earlier. She had a skirt on with a band of lace along the bottom of it, so used for that type of things as well. Use it for evening bags, corsages, hair accessories.
Really beautiful idea.
And a lot of it.
There is loads of it, absolutely loads of it. And if you look in a single layer, obviously it's hard to show because I'm wearing black and white, but in a single layer you've got these beautiful flower patterns with these lovely kind of wave-like detail in between. And it's quite a gentle kind of effect. It's beautifully kind of strong though, really sturdy. But you can of course double it up to give you a different look, to give you a different appeal, and double it up again to give you a really kind of, almost a kind of mesh look actually, doesn't it? So you can get lots of different looks and different designs simply by how you use these. And you have got the black, but you've also got the pink with the same design on it as well. We'll tell you and show you exactly how to use those in a short while, so let me just lay them there for you. I've then also got for you your web as well. Now this is different. The webbing has got a slightly different texture. It's a bit sturdier. It's 10mm that we have here. Take a little look. Brand new. There's a brand new colouring on this one. Oh yeah, because I think I've only seen the pink and white before. So this is brand new. We've got it in the black here today, which is obviously a really workable colour, as we all know. Again, super duper sturdy, but you can layer this up to give you kind of more of a detailed effect, I presume. It's really beautiful, sturdy medium that we have here. And metres worth wise, I've got 10 metres, is it? No, it's not. It's 50. Is it? 20. So you've got absolutely loads on here for you to work with. 20 metres worth of that in total. I'm then going to bring you some cords. I have got for you your 1mm satin cord. Our satin cord is such great quality. It really, really is. I would say that, wouldn't I? But, you know, it genuinely is. Because I've worked with satin cords for a long, long time. And some of my satin cords that I've had, after about 6 months, they start to use the shine. They go a bit dull. They go waxy because that kind of nice satin coating goes. I've had some of the satin cord from here for almost 2 years now, and it's still super high shine, really beautiful quality. You've got this gentle kind of magenta colour. You've also got the black in there as well. All of this is 1mm. You get 10 metres worth on both. So really nice complementary colours for our designs here. And then, look at these. I love the feel of pyrite. As soon as you put it against your skin, it's weighty, it's heavy, it's cooling, so beautiful. And I love that you've got it in these two colours here today. We have got a massive amount on both actually, around 145 carats worth on the black pyrite, and those are 5x6 that we have here. You've got that gorgeous submetallic lustre in here, it's really beautiful. I've then got the 5x7 on the pink coated, about 120 carats worth on there. That one, again, has almost got this kind of dappled effect, I suppose, which just really kind of dispels that light beautifully against the gemstones and over the gems. They look really beautiful together, I think. Now, what I'm about to show you, I'm so excited to show you because I've never, ever, ever, ever had this gemstone before. Never. It's a gemstone that, oh gosh, it is absolutely stunning, isn't it? This garnet is pink. Pink garnet, first time ever. First time ever. Director Ryan thought it was ruby. Yeah. Blimey, do you know what though? If this was ruby, blimey, Charlie, the quality, for the quality of it, you'd be, what, about 60, 70 pounds, wouldn't you? This is actually pink garnet. There's nothing on our website. We've got no pink garnet. This is completely and absolutely natural. I've never had the opportunity to bring you this before. It is such a rarity to have pink garnet on the show. It's a rarity in the world, in fact. It's hard to get your hands on. And you can heat garnet so it's given a pinkish colour, but this is genuine, natural pink garnet that we have for you here today. And be honest, look at that. It is sensational, isn't it? Just enjoy that shine for a minute. $15 carats worth we have here in total, and they're up to around a 3x2 mil that we have here. They are spectacular quality that we have here for you. Such a rarity for us to have this in. I'm so privileged to have this. And Maggie, so privileged to have it in a kit.
I know.
Pink garnet, wow.
I was just amazed because I like garnet. It's my birthstone, so I'm really fond of it. And I didn't even know you could get pink garnet.
I know.
So
I know.
I was really surprised to see it because it is beautiful. And I just didn't know what it was when I first looked at it. And I can see why Ryan thinks it might be ruby, yes. Gorgeous.
I'm not surprised, even though it's your birthstone, you've never heard of it. It is such a hidden treasure in the gemstone world. It really, really is. We hardly get our hands on it ever, but this is absolutely natural. This is the real deal. It is truly sensational, isn't it? The workmanship, the craftsmanship that's gone into this is just sensational. So you're getting that, and you're getting 2 brand new lace and a brand new organza as well. That's fab, isn't it? Gosh, how lengthy is that strand? Bye. Okay, let's reiterate exactly what we are getting today. You're going to be getting your pink garnet. You're also going to be getting some pyrite. It is black and pink pyrite that we're getting in here, around 150 carats worth in total. And there is a graduated strand, both of them. I'm then adding to that the brand new web. I've got 2 sets of satin cord in the magenta and the black. I've then got your pink lace netting and the black as well. Your price point today should be, of course it should. It's hard to judge though, isn't it, really, because you've essentially got 3 or 4 brand new products really in here, haven't you? So it would be hard to judge the price. That already we know is a great price. Of course it is, it's sensational. But we are going to make it even more unforgettable right now. This has to be one of the designer inspirations with the most newbies in it I've seen in a long time. Your saving is mega. £29.95, that's £16.60 saving back in your pocket. £29.95 for you today for this entire selection here. You've worked with the kit, Maggie. What do you think of that price?
I think that's fabulous. I think that's a really good price, especially for such lovely gemstones. You get the weight in those pyrites and the pinkness about them as well. It really works together beautifully as a kit.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
Oh,
lovely.
it's just so spectacular. Well done to all of you who are coming in. I know over £16 saving for you on this today. I'm sure you are all wanting to have a little nosy at exactly what Maggie has created, and we can have a look at this now. Don't forget with that lace as well, not just for your trims, it could be great as your backing, great for things like soutache if you wish. It's going to be perfect for if you can obviously harden them with things like PVA. Give it a really nice kind of concertina effect as well. There's loads you can do with that. And we're going to see exactly a couple of the things to do now, aren't we?
I hope so, yes.
It's so lovely to have you back. Hello, lovely lady.
Oh, thank you, Becky. It's great being back down.
How was this to work with them?
It's lovely, because it's very textiles related, but I must say it's the gemstones that make it come alive.
Yes.
Yeah. So the base is, they're like the secondary player you might see, but the gemstones really brighten up and make it live, if you will.
I know what you mean. Gives it a different dimension, doesn't it?
Yeah, so that for me was really important.
Do you want to have a little nosy at exactly what Maggie's created? Oh my gosh, they are just sensational. We've got a hair comb, 2 neckline pieces and a pair of earrings, and you had loads left, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean there's heaps and heaps, particularly of the knitting, 10 metres that ago, yes.
Yeah,
so don't be frightened to use it.
No.
You know, you don't have to be cautious with it, you don't have to be careful with it, just use it, yes.
Absolutely.
And I used, in the main, the rose gold findings, which fit in really, just giving that lovely feminine appeal as well. Yeah, so it's rather than the yellow gold, I prefer the rose gold.
The rose gold with it. Alex, a perfect point to make. Has a look of vintage Chanel. Beautiful.
Yeah, she's right. Yeah.
Absolutely, those kind of Chanel suits, the pink Chanel suits, and
yes,
that
like the
kind
pink
of
tweed that you'd get.
Yes,
Chanel.
exactly.
Yes, and of course Chanel used chains as well as decor. And yeah, yes, it has.
Absolutely.
Nicely put that.
It really is a good spot, Alex. You're absolutely right. It really does. Beautiful. I tell you what, if it was Chanel, it wouldn't be $29.95 though, probably, would it? Do get your hands on that whilst you can. Keep checking out those baskets because we're beating our average saving on these today. Okay,
Cool.
Lovely lady. Where are we going to start with these?
I'll start with the lace. Yeah,
Lovely.
I'll start with there's a 6-inch wide lace, whatever that is in metric. So I started on the big piece. That was my first piece, the piece that's over to the left there, and I used the yo-yo makers. Yeah,
I am going to be bringing you the yo-yo makers in a moment or 3, and we're going to do a demo with those right now. So have a little nosy, and we'll show you how to get your hands on the yo-yo makers in a few minutes.
Yeah. So for the yo-yo makers, if you use them, what you end up with is those little circles.
Your little pom-poms.
Little puffs. Stuff like puffs, I think, is a correct
Little
sort of traditional name. So little puffs, little kind of rounded out flower shapes almost. Yes. Those are, as you can see, pink, and we have black here as well, and pink and black together.
Yeah.
So what I've used here, this is one layer of black. This one here is one layer of black. You might be able to see, you can see through it quite a bit. It's less substantial. So what I've done is I've made some with 2 layers, and that just gives a bit more firmness.
Okay.
And I think I just preferred working with that extra weight. So the pink ones are both using, that's a larger one, that's a smaller one. They're both using 2 layers of pink. Then this one here is pink and black. So it's pink on the outside, black inside, and that gives one look. And if you were to reverse it round and put black on the outside and pink on the inside, you get a slightly different look there.
I see.
So there's a number of different variations you can do with the 2 different colours.
Lovely.
I've used both the larger yo-yo maker and the smaller one as well. And they're dead simple, really easy to use.
So we're going to start off showing on the small or the large?
I'll start off the small.
The small,
yeah,
okay. We'll bring you the small yo-yo maker right now then. Do still get your hands on those kits whilst you can, because it's getting relatively low stock on those ones right now. This is your yo-yo maker, and this is what we've done to create these little puffs, these little pom-pom style effects. It is so easy to use. It can be used by people of all ages, realistically. Even youngsters can get involved with this as well, so long as they're kind of old enough to be able to work with, say, a needle and thread, really. These are so simple to use. You can create beautiful statement neckline pieces, gorgeous little kind of festival headbands you can do with these. You can decorate bags with these as well, and they look beautiful as kind of an addition to wrapping paper and your little gift bags and things like that. You're going to get the small yo-yo maker here today, and it makes which size one?
So that makes the size here, yep.
So it's making, show it on that one. It's making these size ones here. So really cutesy, delicate, lovely for a ring. Perfect ring size, actually, isn't it, that? You've got your yo-yo maker. Your price point today for this fab little tool is just £6.95 for you today. We're going to see exactly how to use it right now, so get your hands on it whilst you can, and then we'll have a look at a demo with it right now.
Super, right. They're just great to use. They make life so much simpler, rather than cutting things out and stitching them all up and spacing them out.
Yeah.
So on here, I've got 2 pieces of the knitting, and I've got the 2 components of the yo-yo maker. It says 30 millimetres on the outside of the yo-yo maker, but it's actually that's the diameter before you start.
I see.
Yes. Yeah, I'll move that into one side, a bit more space.
Okay.
So I'm going to use 2 layers. I'm going to use a pink and I'm going to use a black, and it depends on which is outside how much pink or how much black shows. Let's put the black there. I then cut the pink up. I've moved it on crosswise, so instead of having the pattern running the same direction on both of them, I've got one running crosswise, and that just gives you a little bit better coverage. When lace is manufactured, it's manufactured sort of along, sort of lengthways.
Yes,
yeah?
I see.
And so it's better if you can interrupt that pattern a little bit.
Got you.
So your 2 squares, cut them out roughly. They don't have to be exact at this stage. Place them on the one with the component with a dip in it, and then the other component, the disc, goes on top. Now, if you look at this disc closely, is that picking up on the TV? You can just see there's some ridges there. Yes, there's a few little ridges. Line those up with those little nodules on here, and that makes sure that it's perfectly lined up.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do that now. And that then means that the holes correspond on both sides.
Ah, I see. Oh, so really easy. You don't even have to work that bit out yourself.
It's virtually done for you.
Fab.
Then it clicks into place, and click it all the way around.
Okay.
And so you're left with a rather raggy edge, but a pair of scissors and just trim it off a little bit.
Do you have to trim it off really neatly? Just guide it around?
No. Sorry, nah. No, no, you don't need to spend too much time. Leave a little bit of an overlap, but you don't need to spend too much time doing that.
Okay.
Yep. Then I'm using black thread, so I'm putting quite a big knot so I can see it hopefully at the end. Yes, otherwise I'm likely to lose the knot because some of the lace is black as well.
And that would not be good.
Oh, Becky.
What?
Now, if you're not careful, you could end up going all the way around the circle more than once, or you could end up going not all the way around the circle. I'll try and show you. Up here, it's something that says 30 millimetres.
I see.
Ah, excellent, got it, great. So I use that as my start point. So I know that each time I do this, I'm going to go towards that 30 millimetres. So you work with this side of the hole, you work with that towards you, and start from the back, and at your 30 millimetres, go into the hole that's just above that 30.
I see, yeah.
Come from the back, pull your thread through, make a bigger knot, since this one is not very good.
Hey, it's catching.
It is, isn't it? And you can see you've got those little sort of semicircular
smiley
shapes.
faces, yeah, it's a little.
And then it goes back through again. So that's why you need to line them up properly.
Got you, I see.
But it's a work of seconds to rearrange them if you need to.
Okay.
And as you pull it, it sort of slides underneath.
I can see here, it's gone into that groove.
So it's so easy because this then spaces it out for you, and I reckon if your children are into sewing, etc., they could manage this with no problem. You just guide it round. I've made them a more traditional way, and it takes much, much longer. And this perfectly sizes them for you.
Okay.
If you want to make them bigger or slightly smaller or slightly bigger, then you can do that when you are pulling them up into shape.
Okay.
If you look at the pink one that's the pink ones I've done earlier, one's got a looser thread on it, makes it slightly bigger, and one's drawn up much more closely. Oops, I've gone wrong.
Whilst you're sewing that in, I'm going to give people the opportunity to get their hands on a similar look but with a totally different medium, because we understand that obviously some people perhaps want that kind of lacy look, but maybe you're a wire worker and kind of textiles, you know, can out of your comfort zone a little bit. If that is the case, I've got the opportunity to get a similar look, but with your wire mesh instead. So what we have here is we have your original mesh. So this is the mesh that we will have seen used by the likes of Gemma Crow for her design of the year last year before, 2013. This is your beautiful wire mesh. You lot at home have been loving this recently, and this is the original. So this is our thicker work that we've been using with this. Your mesh is beautiful. You can encapsulate gemstones within it. You can create flower shapes. You can use it on headwear. You can use it with your wire work pieces. You can use it as wings. You can use it as almost a stained glass window effect. It's beautiful, and if it goes wrong, all you have to do is give it a quick pull and it will go back to the way it should be. You have got in here 1 meter's worth of your 18 mil, and that is in your bronze. I've also got in the 18 mil your brown as well, again 1 meter. Once again in your 18 mil with your graphite, and the same again with your antiques bronze. So all of these are 18 mil, and what we're talking about is kind of the thickness of the weave, if that makes sense. Don't forget they all come in their own storage boxes as well. Your price point for 4 of these today is not, that's how much it would be if you went on our website right now. If you went on our website right now and bought these individually, that's how much it would be. That's the discount code right there, UBGC822. If you're brand new to us today, whenever we bring in a should be price, that's the price it would be if you bought it individually on the website. Do get these whilst you can. Your price point today it's just £7.95 for you today. We are giving you a real treat today, aren't we? If you are new to us as well, like Elizabeth, hello lovely lady, and the rest of you, don't forget, if you order with us today, you will get yourself a free DVD that'll start you off on your way. It'll start you going on your way. It'll give you all the basic hints and tips, and you get a little booklet as well to talk you through things like your tools and your findings as well to get you involved. Wire mesh is a great one if you are starting out, because these are some of the ideas of what you can make with it. That's really easy. You just pull off a little bit of the mesh, you just snip it and then make it into a flower shape, and because it's wire it'll hold its shape like that, so that's really beautiful design. You can do little roses with it as well, just by kind of concertinaing it in, and then if you do a wire base you can make those beautiful leaf effects. You can honestly make those leaves in a matter of minutes. And then there's a gorgeous bouquet piece as well with these stretched out over a wire mesh too, and that's as wings, like I said before. $7.95 for you today. This is your wire mesh collection. Get it whilst you can, it's just $7.95. Okay Maggie, so you've been sewing around.
$7.95 for that mesh.
I know.
That's a bit of a good price,
isn't it?
Oh, snap it up.
Bit of a good price.
So I've just been sewing around another one, yes.
Oh, so we've finished this one and we're on to another now.
No, I've not quite finished it, so I can show you next stage.
All right, yeah, go on.
So once you've come back to your starting point, you've gone in and out and in and out.
Yeah.
What you need to do is separate the two, which you simply pop this one out. I knew I'd made a mistake. I knew I'd made a mistake. Right, I'm going to have to do something with that one. Can I carry on with this one instead?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, right, and I'll rescue that one in a second.
No problem.
This one does take longer to go around. I'm using pink thread because you can see it more easily.
Okay.
With the black lace and the black net, it's quite difficult to see the black thread.
Got you.
So you can see it a little bit more easily, hopefully. It does take a bit longer.
But that's just because it's larger
It's
and
just
there's
because it's large.
more of the holes, isn't it?
Exactly. The technique's not any different. It's just the same, but a bigger one. And I think I've also used a flower one as well, and you've had a heart one.
Fab.
So they come in a number of different ones, different shapes.
Good. We do have the larger yo-yo maker as well.
It's good to have them
for
both
you in a bit,
because it gives it double. You know, it sort of doubles and trebles up what you can do with it.
Of course.
So you can place a small one on top of a large one, or two large ones back to back.
I get you.
Right. So I'll pop this one out.
Yeah.
Take this away, and you probably see the pink thread a little bit more easily than the black. So it's got a natural bend in it where you folded it over into the container, and start to pull it round, and just pull the thread, and it'll gradually gather up. What you need to do is turn that raw edge, you know, the rough edge with all the cut edge.
Oh yeah.
Turn that inside, yeah, as you pull it round, and that makes it incredibly neat. And this is where this little gadget really scores over the handmade ones, the ones you cut yourself. This just works so much better. So you can see there how much neater this looks. Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
Just much nicer. If then stick out, use the end of your pliers or something, just push them back in again. When you get to that stage, you can either knot the ends together or you can stitch them together, whichever you feel happier with. There's no hard and fast rule on that. Yeah, so for this particular neck piece, you'd make up a variety of those. I'll just take a stitch there and that should secure that in place. So that's that. That's how simple. That's how easy that is.
Wow, that is so simple.
And I think the effect's lovely. Brooches. It's fabulous for brooches. It's fab for little corsages, for little wrist corsages as well. Becky's already mentioned about decoration, Christmas presents, any parcels, etc. that you might be putting together.
Yeah, beautiful.
So what I did was I made up quite a number of them for that neck piece.
Yeah.
I made up quite a number because I wasn't sure how I'd want the pattern to work out. So then I played around with it a bit. So I tried sort of the larger ones with different ones on top. So maybe you could try it like this. You try pink on top of a pink, which gives you a very, very pink look. Black on top of black, which gives you a different look again. So play around with it. You know, have a little bit of play and see how it works out for you.
Got ya, fab.
Yep.
How simple is that then? So it's a great tool for you to get involved with. You can see how easy it is, and then really you can whip up quite a few of these in short periods of time, can't you?
Yeah, you do. You just a little production line, really.
Yeah.
Just keep on doing it. Keep on working away with it. Yes.
Absolutely. Agree with that. Fab. So that's how we use the yo-yo maker. I have got the other one coming up for you in a little bit.
Yep. So the next stage for me was to then put it onto backing, and I've used the 2 layers of lace as a backing there. Yeah. You can stitch them edge to edge if you wish. You could do them like this and stitch them edge to edge, but I think it just gives a little bit more security on the backing. It just makes them hang together a bit better and less chance of movement.
Got ya.
Yeah. And it's shaped in this because it's sort of V-shaped.
Collar shape, yeah.
Yeah. So I started off by trying different ideas, and I think I ended up with a large pink in the middle, if I can see. Yeah, large pink in the middle with a small black on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I worked like that. So I was fairly careful to ensure that each side was equidistant from each other.
Okay.
And worked like that. Working my way along, yeah?
I see.
Yeah. Because of the shape, it's fairly natural really to fill in the gaps in between as well. So you're filling in the gaps with different yo-yos, different sizes also, and that keeps the shape working together also.
I see.
Yeah? Right, what's the next stage then that I did?
You just reminded me then, I hope you take this positively, as Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Chris, you know that bit in Mrs. Doubtfire when they do the rap and it's like, yo, 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 that bit? It just reminded me of that there. Just me. That is exactly that bit. Yeah, oh, I love that. Oh. That's exactly the one, yeah. Okay, lovely, just me then. So you have decided to lay these out in this way and you kind of go with what you feel, I suppose.
Yes, you do, yes. I mean, I tried to sort of have little bits of pink showing, most little bits of black and pink. I didn't want it to be too pink. I felt it was going to be too much of its overall pink, and the black just gives that added kind of sophistication almost to it. It gives just a more sort of mature look to it, rather than a very girly look to it.
Completely agree with that. What a beautiful effect you get there. Really pretty. Fantastic.
Right, so my next stage, I've also got some kumihimo in there, as you can see. Because we've got the cords. So it's a very simple kumihimo. It's an 8-strand kumihimo, which is, I love working with the silky cord and kumihimo. I love braiding. It's a lovely sort of relaxing technique to do. Yeah.
So relaxing.
And you can carry it around and take it anywhere.
Which is perfect. I have got some kumihimo cord, perfect for this design. That's coming up for you in probably about 3.5 minutes about. So lay out your pom-poms, sew them onto the backing. Yep. I'll do it with pink because I've got pink handy here. Okay.
Try and make it match, obviously. Yeah. She says, sounding like a school teacher. So I sewed them on to start with. Again, it's just simply through and out again. And at this stage, I still wasn't sure what gems I'd be adding, so I'd left that until later on. If you want to be really exact about it, you'd sew them individually and knot them off. Yeah. But I'm going to do the quicker option. So I'm sewing on the back here, fairly quickly. Okay. Hopefully nobody's going to see this, because hopefully your necklace isn't going to flip over. Oh, run away. Yes, it's escaping. Because it's netting and because you've got 2 layers of it, it's rather nice. It keeps a nice shape. It's got a sort of life of its own as well, but that's fine. And you can put them on either with the ruffled side up or the flat side up. I like using the ruffled side up, the gathered side, because then that makes a little nest almost for your gemstones too.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. It's going into. Throwing the stuff around is optional. You don't have to chuck it on the floor.
But you can.
But you can. Thanks, Becky.
No problem.
It's what I'm here for. What, picking up things that guest designers
Clean up
chuck
after
around.
you lot.
I'm sure people must have sewn since the beginning of time, so it's a nice thing to do. It's a good skill. It's a good life skill to have as well.
It is. It's relaxing, it's restful, it's relatively easy, isn't it?
It is. It is, yeah.
It is. Now, it is that time to bring to you a little bit of a treat. We are about to show you after this how to kind of get on your way with your Kumihimo. So I'm about to bring you some treats really for you to work with those. Are we doing the Kumihimo now or are you doing the cord ends now? Cord ends? Oh. Cord. Okay. I have got cord ends coming up for you later, and those are really important for the mesh, but we'll do those later on. We'll start off with your satin cord collection. Take a look at this, because it's the satin cord with your bobbins.
Oh. Ooh.
You have got in here 50 metres worth in total. This is your satin cord and bobbin collection. Now, on each of these are stackable bobbins, so I will take these apart for you just so you can see, but they are stackable, which is a great little kind of storage solution for you. And each of these come on these individual bobbins. Now, a bobbin is fantastic for things such as Kumihimo. When we talk about Kumihimo, if you are new, it's essentially a medium whereby you can create looks. Can I borrow that?
Of course you can.
You can create looks such as this, and all it is you do it on a board like this. It's a foam board, and all we do is we interchange the way in which we move cords. So you'll start off with a cord here, you'll switch them around, depending, and you can do loads of different weaves, and you get this kind of look, kind of a friendship bracelet style look, and it's great for talks and pieces like that as well. All we need is our cord. These are perfect for the Kumihimo because they've got gorgeous weight to them, and they mean that you're not wrestling with too many of your cords, because it keeps your cords all nice and in place, but also you've got the feeding section for it as well. The price on this is going to be crazy. Can we get the should be price in just straight away? Should be. I'm gonna make it almost buy one get one free price today. You have got in here, if I show you, the cords are already attached to them. Once you've used up all the cord, you can re-sew, you can re-add different coloured cords if you want to. So this is how they work. You get your cord out a little bit, you snap down your bobbin like so, and essentially it keeps the tension on that cord beautifully, and you just have to kind of pull it to give it more, so you can use more and more. It means there's not loads and loads of cords flying around everywhere, and once you have used the cord, all you have to do is rebind it with new cords, swap it back down, and you're ready to go. You've got all of these different colours. That is your price point today, $6.95 for you today. You've got your green, you've got your yellow, you've got that blue, the red and the orange. That price is absolutely astonishing really. It's a beautiful array of colours because you've got your unisex colours running through here, and those bobbins, we know for a fact those bobbins, a pack of 3 we've seen at £5, and that's without the cord on them. So do get them whilst you can. This is your satin cord collection here. Get them whilst you can in your green, in your yellow, in your blue, in your red, and in the orange as well. Well done to everyone who's getting their hands on them. Nice work. If we are doing Kumihimo as well, so cords that we've just seen from Maggie, for example, you'll see that when you end these pieces, this is a look you can get. And what people can find quite tricky is finding a cord end that we can kind of hide that with. I've got the solution for you right here, because essentially once you've finished off your weave like this, apply a little bit of glue and just sort of pop your cord ends into the end of this loop, as you can see. And then you've got some with an eye loop and you've got some with a hook, and they just tuck into each other. You're going to be getting 3 pairs in here, so you get 3 pairs of them, so enough for 3 necklaces or 3 bracelets, if you will. These ones are your 6.2 mil, so that means the size of kind of the hole in between. I've then got something that I know you're going to adore. Look. Because you told me you've gone crazy for these recently.
Yeah.
Why do you, and look how many you get.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Why do you love these feather light head pins so much?
Because they work. You know, it's so often you get a head pin and they're lovely and substantial and they're great for heavier gemstones. But if you're using some of those finer rondelles, like this this pink garnet I've been using, or if you're using pearls sometimes, the hole is a little bit smaller than the drill hole is a little bit smaller than you get on the larger, chunkier gemstones.
Absolutely.
So they work brilliantly. Your alternative is using wire, and then you've got to do something to the end of it to prevent your pearl falling off. They're fabulous. They're really, really good. Love them.
They are fab, aren't they? They're going to go through things like your pearls, which we all know notoriously can be pretty tricky. So they're sensational. And then add in to it some eye pins as well. Eye pins we need more of, don't we? Let's be honest, because we've stopped doing them in our findings packs. We used to do them in our findings packs all the time. We don't know. We've replaced them for kind of fancy head pins, haven't we? You have got 100 eye pins in here, and they are 38mm in length. So if I show you that. The length of the featherweight ones that we've got, they're 50mm. So this is the height of the eye pins that we have there. And then you've got 50mm on these ones, so much longer. You have also got in here, as I showed you, the cord ends too. So a massive amount of those. All in this beautiful rose gold colour. Should be, for all of this, $10.85, which is absolutely astonishing, realistically. Considering you're getting, well, you're getting sort of 203 pieces, really, aren't you? Price point today is going to roll down, though. Get these whilst you can, because these are essentials we rarely see. Rose gold finding stash. Your price point today for all of it, £6.95 for you today. That is absolutely astonishing. If you try and go anywhere and you try and purchase 100 head pins at $6.95, you're not going to be getting great quality. You're going to be getting, you generally don't get plated, and don't forget these are plated. These are genuine rose gold, real rose gold. It's not rose gold flash, which is a smaller amount. It's not rose gold coloured as well, which a lot of places do. This is genuine rose gold plating we've got over these. What do you think of the price?
I just can't believe that. I mean, they're just totally essential for you. You really, really need those.
Yeah.
And finding rose gold is even more tricky out there. So to get rose gold plated, you know, the rose gold kumihimo ends is lovely, and that's a nice shape. That one, it's a good one. It's a nice kind of contemporary one. It gives a nice modern look, and I like them very much. Yes.
It is fab, isn't it?
Beautiful.
$6.95 for you today. Well done to absolutely everybody getting those. That is something we don't see very often at all. Right, lovely Maggie, I'm back with you, love.
Okie dokie. What I'm doing now is I'm doing some kumihimo to show people who don't know what it's like. Kumihimo, as you showed, gives this lovely cord look, and you can play around with the different colours. You can play around with proportions. You can make it with, I think it's 6 threads upwards, but maybe you can make it with even fewer. I think making it with 8 threads is a classic, you know, the classic starter one for people to start with. I like making it with 12 as well, but for the purpose of this kit, I'm making it with 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you were to look very closely at the necklace, you see that there's a kumihimo braid running through it, through that neck piece, and there's another kumihimo braid around the neckline.
Yeah, I see.
So they're kind of the reverse of each other. One concentrates on the magenta with a bit of black, the other one concentrates on the black with a little bit of magenta.
So this one concentrates on the black, and this one concentrates on the black one. This one concentrates on the magenta colour. Yeah. So you can see it running through here.
So the way that I've set it up here is I've set it up with the 2 different colours, 6 of the, in this case, black, and 2 of the other colour, working on the south and the east positions, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, sort of 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock type of positions.
Yes.
And it's very, very simple to operate this one. It's just, so you start at the bottom. I'm starting at my bottom left and taking it up to the top left. And then you're bringing the thread from the top right down to the bottom right.
Yes.
And twisting it round.
Okay.
Yeah. You need a weight in the bottom. I'm just using my fingers to pull it down with today. And that's how you carry on. That's your 3 moves. That's all you're doing.
That's easy.
Very, very simple. Kids can do this. I've done it with kids in workshops and things.
Yeah.
And they get the hang of it fine. So it's bottom left to top left, top right to bottom right, and turn it quarter way around, 90 degrees. Yeah. And you do the same again, and you keep on doing that, and eventually you get your card, and suddenly it grows. I've done this in dentist waiting rooms, on train journeys, sat if I'm having a chat with friends or watching TV at night. It's very portable, you can carry it around with you as well.
You can do it on a plane as well.
You can, because you get nothing sharp. You know,
No,
sharp needles or
got
anything.
no needles or
pliers.
cutters.
Yeah, nothing like that. So it's very, very easy for that. It's brilliant. And as time goes on, you find it begins to develop on the bottom. I'll do a little bit more. You probably know the trick that if you stop doing it, it's a good idea to leave it with 3 in it, like this.
Okay.
3 threads in one direction. Otherwise, you lose your place and you don't know where you've got to.
So then you know where you're going next.
Now, I haven't used those new JewelleryMaker discs. They're lovely. They're really nice. I haven't used them. Nice firm foam.
Lovely, aren't
so
they?
So it keeps the cord in place really well. It's good, that.
We haven't got any of those in at the moment, but do keep your eyes peeled. Hi, you lovely duo. Would it spoil the bib look if the backing lace net was stiffened in some way? And that's from Kathy. Hello, Kathy, you lovely
Kathy.
lady. Good question, really good question.
I don't think it would spoil it, but I don't think you need to stiffen it. I don't think it's going to achieve anything if you stiffen it.
Okay.
It's quite a stiff necklace, you know, if you actually sort of feel it.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of stiffness there anyway. So I don't know if you need to stiffen it, Kathy.
No, because
you could try if you like. You know, you've got so many meters of lace here. You could actually try it and see how it works. But
I suppose you could, couldn't you?
yeah, I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think it would be essential.
No.
But you could
I
try
suppose
it.
if you did want to stiffen it for one reason or another, then so long as you use something that dries clear on it,
so if you
then
use
it would be fine.
PVA would do the trick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, of course that would be absolutely fine, because when we use it on the lace, the usual lace, you can actually, say you wanted to do a domed piece, you could say put it over the top of, say, a jam jar, dome it, put loads and loads of glue on it, leave it dry overnight, and you can't tell at all. It's just a clear, stiffened piece of lace. So that will work absolutely fine, I'm sure, on this product as well as our other.
I think it would do, yes. Because I'd wondered about possibly, like you say, about doming, about stiffening it with the PVA and doming and then making a shape for a fascinator.
Yes, yeah.
Because that would work, I think, okay as well.
Fantastic.
I think there's just so much you can do with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And whilst actually we're talking about the lace, I'd better bring you something to help finish off your lace, and it's actually something that Maggie has used here in this piece. And it's this is a beautiful piece that we have here. Why do we decide to finish this off with the cord ends?
Because you can just get the net, etc., into it, and you've got the flexibility of that little bit of chain on it, flexibility for people who've got larger or smaller necks.
Yes.
Yeah. And because it's a textile medium, it just works. It folding over into those cloths just works.
It folds over into it really, really well. I have got some of these large cord ends for you.
Oh, fantastic.
They're fab, aren't they? If you are one of those people who works with things like your lace or your macrame or your kumihimo and you any kind of friendship bracelet braiding technique realistically, and even now and again things like your ball chain and your wire work, then these are going to be sensational, especially due to the size of these. They are going to get in so many cords. If you've got sari ribbon or sari thread and you've been finding it a bit of a nightmare on how to finish them off, these are going to sort you right out. You have got in here a big selection of different sizes. We've got the smallest here. You get 2 pairs of each of these. You've got the medium size as well. And you've got the largest one as well. They are absolutely huge, aren't they? They really, really are. Especially if I show you in comparison to the original that we do. This is the original sized one here. They are much, much more sizable, aren't they? You're going to be able to get so many cords through here. You really are. If you haven't seen these before, you're not sure what they are. Essentially, say for example, I wanted to use it for the ending of this. All I'd have to do is pop it in and close down each side. So bend each side over with a pair of pliers, apply a little bit of glue if you want the extra security, and you do that to both ends, and then you have your clasp here. So this is your clasp. You've got your extender chain, so you can make it different sizes for different neck sizes or bracelet sizes, and then you've got the bracelet, the other side as well, to finish off your bracelet or necklace design. I love that you've got the speckled detail on there as well, those kind of polka dots, they're gorgeous. £1.50 per ribbon end. These are going to be £8.95 for you today for all of those. It's an amazing amount, isn't it?
It is. I think they're great. I just love the size of those chunky ones.
Yeah.
Can I just give you a tip as well?
Go on.
If you're doing kumihimo and you're putting them into there, undo it, the end of it, so it's just got the threads on it, so it's more flat.
Good plan.
Otherwise it's rounded and it won't fold quite so easily.
Unless you're doing the square board, but yeah, with the round ones.
Oh yes, sorry, if you're doing the round it, yeah.
Love that idea.
So just undo them a little bit.
Look at the amount you're getting. It's fantastic.
And it gives, they're really long as well, so giving great security, and they're not going to fall out.
No, absolutely not. Get them whilst you can. £8.95, it's a bargain, so they won't last for very long at all. Get them whilst you can. Loads of people getting your hands on those today. Congratulations and well done to all of you for getting yourself on something we rarely see. I've only brought those to you once before, so do get your hands on them whilst you can, because they're going to gone.
They will do.
Right, I'm back with you, Maggie.
Right.
Where are we going next?
To finish off the bib necklace, you obviously need to put on loads and loads of your yo-yos, and then use a beading needle to thread up the pyrites. They've got quite a small hole in them. Yeah?
Yes.
So small drill hole, lovely heavy weight, and that weighs down the whole thing, which I think is good. But use a beading needle and beading the very fine cord that you get.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, for soutache, and that you can stitch them in with that much more easily. Yes.
Brilliant.
At the very bottom, I've got a tiny little cluster of the pink garnet, and that's using the feather-like head pins.
Don't forget, if you want those feather-light head pins, I think I've got 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 left. Not many at all. So do get them whilst you can.
Yep. So I've threaded some already. The pink garnet is graduated, so I'm quite careful when I take them off the strand to make sure that they still stay in the graduation. That's obviously where your bead board comes in really handy. Or if you get the sticky bead board, they're fabulous as well. So they hold them in place also. So to create the little cluster, it's very simple. It's three of the featherlight head pins, featherweight, and I'm going to twist them into. There you go. I'm going to twist them into a wrapped loop because that gives more security.
So this is how you do a wrap loop. If you are new, keep your eyes peeled, because this is a technique you're going to need time and time again.
Yeah. You get 2 different types of loops. If you were to use an ordinary loop with this, they're too fine to, they're going to come undone far too easily. Yeah. So with a wrapped loop, use your round nose pliers and leave a little gap in there, just a little gap here because you're going to wrap round it. So I've got the excess wire over to one side, pull it back, and then you can just use your fingers for this, wrap it round and keep it up near the jaw of the pliers if possible. And do it about 2 or 3 times, and that's it. If you're using ordinary head pins, you have to use pliers to hold it in place. So that should give you a nice little circular. Is that it? Yeah. Nice little circular wrapped loop. You would then use your flush cutters or your side cutters to cut off the excess. And then I would use flat nose pliers and just squash that into place. So you do that 3 times, and that gives you a little cluster. And I would then put them onto a jump ring and attach them onto the bottom of the rosette, the yo-yo.
If you do want to get your hands on tools, because maybe you are new to us, I have got some coming up in the second designer iteration for you, so do stay tuned for those. I've got some fab finding formers, and I've got your professional chain nose pliers as well. These are coming up for you in the second DI, so please stay tuned if you want to take your makes to the next level.
Those look really interesting.
I'll
examine them later. So I've done my 3, and I'm just going to find a jump ring. I had them earlier. They've got it hidden from me. Here we go.
There we go, found them. Running away, the little blighters.
They're such nice quality, those jump rings.
Oh, aye.
You sounded nearly Scottish there, Becky.
Did I?
Yeah, I went, oh, aye.
Do you know what? I was chatting to Ryan before, and he didn't have a clue what I was saying.
Really?
At all. Yeah. He kept going, what? Sorry, I have no idea. I think, because I've been up north for so many days, normally when I come back down, I kind of slow down my speech, but I was just, he didn't have a clue. Didn't have a clue what I was saying. It's been my director for a year, and he didn't have a clue.
Oh. I think it's because you've been away from the area.
Yes, I think so too.
So that's how you make the little tassel that go at the bottom.
How cute!
And they're brilliant for earrings as well, and they sparkle because it's such sparkly gemstones.
Yeah,
so
beautiful.
They're very easy for that.
That's your pink garnet, don't forget, genuine pink garnet. So well done everyone who got your hands on those kits with that pink garnet in. Fantastical.
They're beautiful, they're absolutely stunning.
They are stunning, aren't they?
Lovely.
They're really pretty.
And give a really nice vintage look as well.
Absolutely. I did promise, didn't I, that I would bring the big yo-yo maker on, so should we just quickly pop that on as well? because I did promise you I'd bring it to you. This is the large yo-yo, and it makes which size?
It makes this one here.
The larger size one, so it's the larger size that we have there, makes that size. Of your yo-yo maker, it's used in exactly the same way. It has depiction pictorials on the back of them as well, which show you exactly what to do. It's super duper easy. It's your 9 centimetre, and it's $6.95 for you today. So do treat yourself to that if you want that.
Yeah, so what I've just discovered that where it says 45 on the back of them is the finished 45. I've just had a quick measure, and that's 45 millimetres.
Okay, fab.
So another one's 30 millimetres.
Okay, totally. Yeah, fab.
Right.
Got you.
So we're okay with the kumihimo. We've got an idea how that's done.
Yes,
yeah,
fab.
we're all right with that. Good. We've got kind of as far all the components for the bib necklace. Yep, we've got the kumihimo, etc.
Right.
With the little hair comb, can I just show you another use for the this organza knitting stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is narrower than the lace one, and it's got much more random. It's not really got a pattern. It's more a kind of net without a pattern on it, if you will. It's very, very random. Got you. But it works up beautifully for doing things like ruffling it up and gathering it up, and for hair accessories. Fantastic. Or for trims on clothes. You could put it around the neckline. Fantastic. You could put it around the neckline of your dress.
Yeah, look nice. Fab.
So what I've done for the head comb there is I've taken the net and I've done stitch in a zigzag pattern across it.
Okay.
And I've used, I don't know if it's showing up, I've used pink thread.
Yeah.
So it's along here, and there, and there, and there.
Okay.
And that just gives a slightly different look when you pull it all together.
I see, okay.
So I'll just draw it up and you'll see you get little loops in it.
Ah, yeah, see.
So you're getting a slightly different look. I would cut off the end bit. I would cut off the end bit. Where did I put my scissors? Found them.
There they are.
I was just testing you, Becky, see if you'd noticed.
Of course you were.
Yeah. And so by using that method, and you can then scrunch it up and use that for hair combs, various other trims as well.
Cute.
Even necklace trims also. So that was how that was done. I just wanted to show you that alternative, you know, with this extra component that we've got.
Fab.
In the necklace with a chain, I've used the same component here, doubled it over, and added a length of chain onto it, and then used more yo-yos. That one.
Fab. That's wonderful.
So it's quite. I think it's something
There's loads you can do with this, isn't there? Absolutely loads. It goes on and on, doesn't it? There's so much you can do. Well done to everyone who got your hands on that kit. Thank you so much for showing us all of that, Maggie.
Right.
So much in there, wasn't there?
There's just so. It could go on. There's still loads you can do with this. What you've got left of the 10 metres as well.
Absolutely.
There's heaps and heaps of it. Yeah. It's such a good price kit and such an exciting kit to work with as well.
Completely.
Yeah.
Go on, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say the pyrites. I didn't really talk about the pyrites, and they're just lovely. They're so nice.
Stunning, aren't they?
Yeah. I know you've always said that you like pyrites.
Yeah, I do love pyrites. They look fab in there, don't they?
But
and you just attach those on with
I've just stitched them in.
With stitching, haven't you?
Yeah. But as I was saying, you do need a beading needle for that.
Yes.
Unless you want to use transparent thread, you can do that as well.
Thank you so much for showing us all those. Let me into a secret. What are we expecting from your second designer inspiration?
You're expecting red magnesite.
Yeah, but what about your pieces?
Oh, my pieces. Oh, sorry, my pieces.
Yeah.
I've done a few pieces for that one.
Yeah.
So I've done 3 neck pieces and some earrings. It's also got a multi-pack of beading thread, the metallics, which is a nice collection that you can use together or you can use separately.
Absolutely.
So that's great for building up your stash of beading thread as well.
Goodies. Loads for you to get involved with. After the break, I have got some real treats for you. I've got a stunning multicoloured strand of multi-beryl. And what's that in the background? Is that a strand of tanzanite? Oh my! Stay exactly where you are.
Sarah Elvin brings you her DVD, Friendship Bracelets. This fantastic DVD is filled with excellent techniques to create the perfect friendship bracelet. This includes the chevron style bracelet, the knitted style bracelet and the crisscross bracelet. Friendships are forever, and so are bracelets. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Moonstone is an orthoclase feldspar. It has a white body colour and often shows brilliant blue flashes of light. These flashes are caused by alternate layers of albite and orthoclase within the stone structure. As the light hits these different layers, it reflects back, giving us a really interesting adulorescence. Romans believed that this gemstone was formed directly by moonlight, and we can see that in the surface lustre of this gemstone. It really is reminiscent of the moonbeams. Moonstone reached its height of popularity during the Art Nouveau period. Famous jewellers such as René Lalique used moonstone in many of his pieces.
JewelleryMaker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, JewelleryMaker are never far away. JewelleryMaker are proud to announce we are the winners of 8 Make and Sell Jewellery Awards of 2014. We are happy to be the winners of the Best UK Supplier, Best Semi-Precious Supplier, Best Jewellery Making Website, Best Jewellery Making Kit, Best Jewellery Making Workshop Provider, Best for Jewellery Making Tools, Best Bead Brand and Best TV Programme. We would like to thank all of our customers for making this possible, and thank you for your continued support.
If you miss a JewelleryMaker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of JewelleryMaker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with JewelleryMaker.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Designer Inspiration. It's lovely to have you on board with me on this gorgeous Friday. My name is Rebecca Redican, feel free to call me Becky though, and I am joined today by the lovely, the wonderful, it's her first time back this year, Maggie! Hello.
Hi Becky.
How's it going?
It's going fine over
First
here.
show back in a while.
I know, it's lovely. It's like coming home again.
Oh, good.
It is. It just feels so familiar, even though it's been a few months. It
That's
just
good.
feels great to be back and see everyone also.
Oh, good. I know we've missed you. We have. How's your challenge going on? I'm going to be launching that challenge in a bit.
Great. It's not even started yet.
Wow.
I have such confidence in my ability to finalise it.
Oh, it'll be fine, I'm sure. What fingers crossed.
I know what I'm doing, if that's any help.
Oh, okay. That's half the battle. I have got loads of treats coming up for you in this time, and let's get started, shall we? With what? Show you the barrel. Show me the barrel. This coming up in the next half hour or so. Isn't that beautiful? Real deal multi-strand beryl. This is coming up for you later on. Superb quality and a superb price point. Hey, guess what? I've got some really big and important news.
Bong!
We've just had some abalone coming through. We've got another strand of abalone coming up, so do please stay where you are. That's coming up for you really soon as well. We're starting off with something a little bit special though, and it's coming in this storage box. Get your hand on storage boxes when you can. They're great to keep your pieces nice, neat and tidy, but also if you're selling your pieces, they're a great way to add a bit of interest to your store. We've got a storage box with goodies inside here. Take a little look at this matrix collection for me. You've got 4 individual pop-up lid boxes that lock into place beautifully. Super sturdy plastic you can see here, which means that you can carry these even in your big tote bags filled with all of your goodies, and it's still going to stay nicely in shape. We've got lots of different types of chain in here, 4 different types in total. You've got the woven oval, 50 centimetres worth on these strands, so you've got the woven oval, you've got the ovals that are slightly flattened with those jump rings in between, which are twist detail. I've then got for you that beautiful kind of clover shape that we've got running through here. And the interesting thing with these ones is you have the woven jump ring and then a plain jump ring, and then your woven, your plain, etc, etc. So you don't have to use this as an entire chain if you don't want to. You snip them off, use them as individual sections. Maybe just one of these on the earring wire maker that we're going to bring to you in the second DI as just a pair of earrings, easy peasy. I've then also got for you some more of your kind of flower shapes, really. These ones are really pretty. Flower shaped detail chain again, a large size on those ones, and you've got the plain jump rings in between. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, you've got a clover design again, but these ones just with that plain detail in between. So maybe the twist isn't quite for you and you just want something simple one day, then this is going to be perfect. So you have got all of these goodies in a box. We're going to honour the launch price. Your price point today is going to be $17.95 in the future, but we are going to take it down for you today. We are going to take it down for you today. Your price point today is £14.95 for you for all of these strands. That is an absolutely sensational amount, isn't it? It really, really is. You're getting loads and loads to work with in here. You can do beautiful multi-chain pieces. If you even just use kind of a few links of these and put a piece of elastic on, you get those really funky kind of half headbands that are really in vogue and have been for quite a while. What did you say? Danny's favourite is yours the flowers, sweetie. Oh, that's nice. I'm more of a kind of flattened oval kind of girl myself, I'll be honest with you. What are you, Ben?
I'd go with
flattened oval.
In the middle, is that the flattened oval?
Yeah, flattened oval one. Yeah, not that there is a middle to full, but I know exactly what you mean. Yeah,
Well,
this one.
The middle of the hand.
Ah, the middle of the hand.
Yeah.
Yes, I see what you mean. Which one's your favourite, Ryan? Flattened oval as well. Ah, flattened oval winning out. Maggie, which one do you like?
I feel like the star shape one.
Oh yeah.
I just think that's really unusual, and I think it would lie in different ways.
Yeah.
So because of the kind of dips into the V shapes, I think you'd find that the links would slide up and you'd be able to hang something off it, and I think it would give you a little bit of a multi-purpose look.
That's a nice idea.
I think that looks rather very versatile, that one, I think.
I love that idea. Well done, everyone. Get your hands on those whilst you can, because obviously when we're bringing you launch prices a second time, they do go as quickly as you can imagine. It is back. We got it. Yay. I don't know how we managed it, but because those heart ones flew out, because so many people missed out on it, we have brought you another strand of abalone, but this is in a different shape. It's in your drop shape. How pretty is this? Hey, Elizabeth, who was the first purchase of the hearts. How about adding these to it as well? Imagine doing a heart and a drop style necklace with these. Beautiful, isn't it? Don't forget the hearts sold out within a minute and a quarter-ish, and I'm going to probably do the same here. I have got a slightly better quantity of these, though, I'm happy to say, though, so please do be quick, though, because I've not got as many as I would love, let's say. Let's talk about what your abalone is. Okay, so you've got this beautiful kind of melting of the colours here. You've got this gorgeous array. You get lots of greens, lots of turquoise, lots of teals, lots of those golden colours as well in here, and you also get that beautiful shine, that almost iridescent appeal that Mother Nature offers to us with her shell. We've got the double-sided, as we always do whenever we can here at JewelleryMaker, which means you get double the impact of this beautiful myriad effect. The size we've got on these are around 18 by 3 mil, so it's going to be beautiful for, actually, what about like a cocktail ring style? Perfect size for that, really, isn't it? Great for a pair of earrings as well. If you do want to do a little headband, as kind of a centre piece just in the middle of the forehead, that's going to look beautiful as well, isn't it? Your price point today for these, get them whilst you can because they're going really quickly. Your price point today is just £9.95, and you get a really, really, really lengthy strand of these as well. You get so many of them. You really do. Get them whilst you can. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I've got about 25 on mine. So it's just working out a few pennies really per one, isn't it? £9.95. Maggie, I haven't heard from you about abalone. What would you do with these?
I like the idea you're talking about interspersing it with some with the heart-shaped ones if you manage to get them both. I think that's going to work. I think also I'd use them in different ways. Because they've got the teardrop shape, you can put the sort of fat ends together, and then I'd put a spacer bead. So I'd do a sort of I'd alternate the way that they're running,
Yes.
the way the drill hole's running. Does that make better sense?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, and I'd put spacer beads in as well between them. Yeah, but they look absolutely stunning from over here. The luster is fabulous.
They're fab, aren't they?
I'm sure there's a professional name for the oil slick look, but that really is absolutely stunning. It's
Stunning,
gorgeous.
isn't it? Hey, well done, Elizabeth. You have got yourself
That's
another
it.
one. Perfect. Good on you, because they do, don't they? I mean, come on, they just go so well. $9.95 for you today. Actually, that's going to go quite nicely with my multi-barrel as well, isn't it? Because you've got all the myriad of different colours in there. It'll go great with things, for example, my Labradorite. Can you believe I've got coated Labradorite? You've got that same kind of colour palette within there, haven't you, actually? There's loads and loads and loads of you coming in for this. Absolutely well done. Pat on the back to everybody who's getting these. You've got to be quick, though, because it's going to sell out really, really quickly. $9.95 for you today. Get those whilst you can. Say to me again. What shape? Yeah, what shape? The loop ones. I have got a really beautiful pair of 925 earrings for you now. Really, really important that you're as quick as you possibly can be with these, because again, that's about to sell out the abalone, so get it whilst you can. And look at these. These are going to be extremely popular as well because they're so unique and individual. This is your viewpoint from the side. Beautiful earring findings there with your eye loop that you can see, and then this is your appearance from the front. Aren't they fantastic? They are sensational, aren't they? Imagine that. So your earlobe will obviously be where my tweezers are, and then you get this beautiful dome effect there. You get your loop effect. What you could add in there is you could add your polymer. Once you baked it, you could paste it in there. You could put your jewel enamel in there. Of course, your resin you could place in that section as well. So you could actually, if you wanted to, just snip off the bottom bit and just do yourself a really fancy stud. It's completely up to you. But keep that loop on as well if you want to. Create a really beautiful kind of multi-stranded piece with these, and they do come with your 925 backs as well. Now I know that sounds a bit silly to kind of point that out that they are 925 backs, but actually it's not, because a lot of the time when you go and buy 925 earrings, a lot of us ladies in particular will know, we do buy 925 earrings a lot, that the rubber backs usually on 925, aren't they? When you get, and it says 95 pair of earrings, but then the backs you get are just pieces of rubber, aren't they? These aren't. These are real 925 backings as well, and you can tell that because actually on the butterfly itself it says 925. You're going to be able to create some gorgeous looks with these. It's great because even if someone does have sensitive ears, you don't have to worry as much with these because it is that genuine luxury metal. Your price point today for your 925 loops, get them whilst you can, £9.95 for 3 pairs. 3 pairs for you today. Think about how much they are when you go down to the places where you can, you know, get your ears pierced whilst you're there, those places, those high street stores that you can go to. And you can be buying your first pair of 925 earrings, because don't forget, when you get your ears pierced, you're meant to have the high-end metal in, aren't you, so that they don't kind of go a bit itchy or anything like that. So if you do go and buy a pair of 925 earrings, what are you normally expecting to pay? Well, for your first pair, you can pay £14, £15 just for one pair of simple studs, can't you? This is an absolutely, absolutely astonishing price point. If you love 925, buy it when you can, because at the end of the day, we go off what you're purchasing. If you're purchasing a lot of something, we're going to order more and more in. So get your hands on it whilst you can. $9.95 for 3 pairs of these. Hurry up whilst you can. $9.95 for you today. I've got, if you missed out on those heart-shaped bales that I had for you earlier on, then I do have some more in a different shape for you now. These are going to be the ivy leaf shapes that I have here. Ivy leaf. I believe these are going to go really quickly. You have got, they're stunning. Let me show you them from the side. This is with the stirrup shape again that we have in here. So you've got that stirrup-like shape. Now it is 925, so all you have to do is pull these 2 sections apart gently with your fingers or with a pair of pliers if you wanted to. And don't forget, I do have pliers coming up in this in the next hour or so. And then look at the detail from the front. How beautiful is that? These little ivy details that we've got, those beautiful kind of leaves that we have running through there, they're pretty, aren't they? You've got your 925 written on 2 of these sections here, which means you can use them as individual components if you want to. If you want high-end luxury, bargain price of essentially a piece or a collection that we don't see that often, well, now's your opportunity to do so. Your price point today on these, it's just £8.95 for 5 of them today. So you could do yourself 5 individual necklaces with that, and imagine how much you'd be selling those for individually. I tell you what, it wouldn't be lower than £10 per one, would it? No chance. No chance. about £179 each at that price. And don't forget, if you are new with us today, it doesn't matter how many things you buy. You could buy one product, you could buy every single product you see. The postage and packaging is going to stay the same from midnight till midnight. Get as much as you want. £2.95. Pile it in if you want to. Buy just one product. Your postage and packaging from midnight to midnight will be £2.95 for you, and that will be coming to you as quickly as you possibly can within the next sort of 4 or 5 days. So do get it whilst you get the opportunity to do so. What do you think of these, Maggie?
I think anything you can get that's going to give you something a bit different is worth getting them, and get them while you can, because it's giving you that individuality that somebody else isn't going to have, and just add them to your stash and you're going to use them. And also, if you do a show, if you're one of the people who actually exhibits your makes on craft shows, etc., something like that is going to catch people's eye. They're going to realise it's that bit different and that you've got something different about yourself. Yeah, go for them.
Go for them.
Go for them. Yeah.
I've got one of the best strands of pearls I've seen in quite some time coming up for you later, and I think these would be beautiful with those pearls, because those pearls are, well, let's just say they're very, very special naturally. Do you want to have a little nosy? You're actually not going to believe it, I don't think. I'm going to say AAA, natural. Take a look. I'm bringing to you possibly a AA plus, possibly a AAA quality pearl later on, and it's going to be less than £20, and I mean way less, and it's natural. Could you believe that? Natural coloured pearls. So £8.95 for you today. Get them whilst you can, because they are beautiful, exquisite quality, and like I say, you do have the 2 individual components which you can use separately if you want to. Get these whilst you can at a great price, just £8.95. Plenty of you coming to get these. Well done to absolutely everybody. We're going to be bringing you a bundle now of your beautiful amethyst. Now, this bundle is a fantastical one, I've got to say, because the richness, the depth is truly, truly intense, and it is a stunning, stunning little trio. Have you ever had that time where you've got a gorgeous strand and you've loved it, and you've been a bit worried to cut it up, because once you cut it up, you kind of have to use it, and then what if the piece you do with it you love, but maybe you think of another idea you can do, but then you have to try and hope, fingers crossed, that the strand comes back on show. Well, you needn't worry with this, because I'm bringing you a stunning strand, but I'm bringing you it 3 times. Take a little look at this wonderful amethyst. This is your triple trouble amethyst rounds that we have here. They are graduated. They're from a 2mm to a 4mm that we have here. They are truly beguiling, aren't they? Now, I can't say, these are brand new strands, by the way. I cannot say to you 110% where these come from, but I can tell you what they're telling me, and they're telling me that they're Zambian. They're telling me that for a few reasons. Number one, there are lots and lots and lots of mining locations, well, not loads, there's a fair few mining locations that we have within Africa. And when we get the amethyst out of the ground in a lot of these locations and a lot of these areas, we apply a heat to give them that go-to amethyst colour, because sometimes in certain locations, purely due to the temperature and the pressure and the heating, etc., the amethyst will come out of the ground almost kind of a brownish colour, almost very, very dark, almost black in appearance. So we add a little bit of heat to give it a gorgeous kind of archetypal amethyst colour. This is from Africa, but it is naturally this colour, and that will suggest to you that it is Zambian. Another reason this is suggested to me that it's Zambian is because of the lack of inclusions. There's not that many inclusions within here at all, which is another telltale sign of a Zambian amethyst. And also within here, that's giving me the other clue, is the fact that it is that beautiful archetypal Zambian tone. It's not lavender, it's not Rose de France, it's that beautiful deep rich amethyst, but still with that clarity and naturally occurring. If this were to say that it was Zambian amethyst beforehand, you would be paying around the £30 mark for for each of these, actually, you'd be easily paying around that price point, say around 30 for each of them. So it'll be £30, £60, £90 worth you'd be looking at here, especially when you look at the size of these strands, the length of these strands, and the carat weight on each of them as well. It's quite high. These haven't got that title of Zambian. They may well be suggesting to me that they could be from there, and they absolutely could be. We do get a lot of our amethyst from the Zambian mines. If this were to have the name Zambian ahead of it, then you would be paying the higher price point. We have got here for you beautiful, natural, clear, archetypal tone African amethyst. And the price point, I think, is going to blow you away. It's not £90 for brand new strands. It's not even £11.85. We're taking it down in price. There's loads of you loving that price, and you're already buying loads. Don't forget, if you are brand new, the sooner you check out, the better, because that guarantees that you're getting them, but everyone pays the same price. So even if you've checked out and you've gone, oh, I'm happy with paying £11.85 for 3 strands of genuine amethyst, so that's astonishing. Yeah, that is great, but everyone pays the same price. So get in as early as you can, because I am going to drop the price on this. Well done to multi-buyers on this as well, because there's plenty of you. We are dropping this down for 3 strands of genuine, real, natural amethyst. £7.95. I know! £7.95 for you today. That is genuinely astonishing, isn't it? I mean, genuinely, look at the quality of this. It is absolutely phenomenal for you today. And do not forget, if you're making for a loved one, then you have got your hands on such a stunning, stunning collection of your gemstones here. Because people know amethyst, people understand amethyst. A lot of my team have amethyst included in their lives in some way, apart from Ben. Ben doesn't. Ryan does. It's Ryan's zodiac sign. It's mine, Helena's, and Pete's birthstone as well. Pardon? Is it yours as well? Of course it is. It is Danny's as well. Yeah, it's Danny's as well. So there's loads of us who are February babies. How freaky is that? And then there's Ben. But it is a gemstone that people know, people recognise it, whether or not it's your birthstone. People understand it, people know the name. It's not one of the big 4, and I understand that, but it is almost in notoriety. When you're younger, well, when I was younger anyway, I knew gemstones like emerald, and I would have known the name ruby. I wouldn't have technically known things like I'm trying to think, angelite, perhaps. I wouldn't have known that, I don't think. Well, I definitely won't have. I won't have known things like mamukite. What?
Carnelian.
Carnelian. No, I probably wouldn't have known that either. But I knew diamond, I knew ruby, I knew emerald, and I knew amethyst. Those are just something that we all know, and that's great if you're giving that on as a gift, because people already have a perceived value of amethyst, and we've just blown that out of the water by bringing you 3 brand new graduated strands of your beautiful, natural, deep, rich amethyst for just £7.95. And I've got to say, it will go beautifully with this. I've already got a massive quantity of that amethyst gone. It is Maggie's challenge. What are you thinking of doing with it, lovely lady?
Well, they're round, aren't they? And rounds
They
are
are.
such a useful bead to have. There's so many things you can do with it. That's it, full stop. I'm not telling you
That
anymore.
didn't answer my question, did it, Maggie?
It didn't. No, it didn't. I'm going to use it in a way that I quite like using. I use quite often. And that's all I'm saying.
That is so cryptic.
It is. That's how
This
it's
isn't
meant
the Crystal
to be.
Maze. This is JewelleryMaker.
Well, it's instead of doing the 3-word whatevers that you seem to have forgotten about today, which is good. Have you been doing them recently?
I have, but you've just reminded me that I haven't with you. That I was going to let you off because I adore you, but I'm not now. So,
Phew, I've got off the subject.
Can you wait? Get these last ones of the amethyst whilst you can, because I probably, once everybody checks out, I will be in my last chance saloon on that. You've just seen how well it goes, and now I'm going to bring it to you. Maggie. Beryl.
Yep.
3 words. Go.
3 words go with beryl. Blooming brilliantly, berylicious.
Okay, you can't make up words.
Berrylicious is a word.
Berrylicious is most... Tell me what berrylicious means then, please,
It means
Maggie.
it just looks like beryl, but it's gorgeous. It's a combination of beryl and gorgeous, I've decided.
Okay, I love that.
Good. I'll get on with it.
I'll let you off. I have got for you now a sensational, just high quality beryl for you now. It is a multicoloured strand, which essentially means you're getting a selection of different gemstones. If you are new to us, or maybe you don't know this, what does beryl mean when I say beryl? Because you might be thinking, hang on, I've never heard of the gemstone beryl, because some of us might not have. Okay, beryl is a family of gemstones, so very much like quartz. You get lots of different types of quartz, don't you? For example, citrine is a type of quartz, amethyst is a type of quartz, etc., etc. Beryl is a family of gemstone, and it is highly renowned within the gemstone world as the most pedigree point of excellence when it comes to a family of gemstones. You have some of the most important, prestigious, seminal pieces within that family. I'm talking about things like emerald is a beryl in the family. I'm talking about morganite. Oh my gosh, exquisite morganite is part of that family, as is aquamarine as well, another high staple name. And you've got those beautiful gems here stranded before you. Take a little look. It's such a gorgeous array. It really, really is. Take a look. Got some goshenite in there as well by the looks of things. Oh, it's got some sort of the heliodor tones actually, haven't you? Definitely got plenty of morganite in here. Goodness gracious me, look at those tones. Plenty of the aquamarine as well. Lots of those greens bursting through as well actually. This is a highly prestigious pedigree point of excellent strand. It is truly, truly kind of eye-catching in its appeal. I've got to say to you that personally, for me, some of the beryl that we've had on recently has been a little bit wish-washy. It's been a little bit kind of not insipid, but the colours themselves haven't been as prominent as they are on this strand. For me, I can see exactly what I'm getting here. There's no kind of, oh hang on, is that greeny or is that bluey or is it yellowy? Because you can get that kind of, you can get the wishy-washy ones that are almost transparent in appearance. With these I can see instantly. I can see exactly what I'm getting. I've got a goshenite, and then I've got a morganite, and then I've got an aquamarine, and then I've got another goshenite, and then I'm going, I've got my kind of heliodor colour there next after that. I can see exactly what I'm getting here instantly, time after time. Every single one of these, I can see it straight away. And that is indicative of quality, I have to say. Now, this is one of the best value beryls that we have on our website at the moment. It is by far one of the most affordable because, of course, we know beryl demands the higher price points. We have got beryl on our website at the moment that is demanding the £70 price point, and that still is an absolute deal and a half. It's, of course, different carat weight and different appearance, but, you know, it is essentially the same family of gemstones, and you are we are demanding the £70 price point, and that I have to say is extremely competitive. This is one of our most valuable pieces that we have currently on the website, and actually on our website, when you did go and look at this, I had a little look at it, and we've got loads of reviews on it. And every single one of the reviews on it is a 5-star review. Every single person who has reviewed this has given it 5-star review. So those people who review it are essentially the people who purchase it, get it home, are able to look at it, and then you get an email sent to say whether or not you'd like to review anything that you've bought. And not everyone does always review things. I think it's like with anything, it's when you get a true gut feeling, a true positive or negative feeling for anything, that's often the thing that drives you to write or make a comment, isn't it? And all of the comments on this so far have been so positive, all 5 out of 5-star reviews, and that goes to show you exactly how sensational a quality this is. If you are looking for pedigree family, if you are looking for sensational feedback, amazing reviews, you've got it right here. But if you're also looking for one of the most affordable of strands that you can, then we have got that here too. Your price point today for your beryl is not. It's not today. We are beating the price on the website for this strand. We are taking this down super low. This is the lowest price point you could ever even cross your fingers for. Get your pedigree gemstone today for a bargain basement price. £14.95 for you today for every single one of these. You have got so much beauty on here, you really, really do. If you haven't had or treated yourself to a gorgeous strand of beryl for a long time, maybe you've never felt like your pieces were up to it. Maybe you've never felt like your pieces kind of demanded those spectacular, spectacular names, then now's your opportunity to do so, because we've brought the price down. 3 words: nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom. I completely agree with that. Delicious. They look delicious. 3 words. I won't do it again. 3 words. I have it. Got this all similar when it was on last. It's gorgeous, Dorothy. Thank you so much for sending that in. It genuinely is stunning, isn't it? It is so beautiful. Well done, Dorothy, for getting it in your selection. Oh, well done, triple buyers and people buying 8. I don't even know the word. What's that word, Danny? What is that word? If people buy 9. What's that? Yeah, someone's bought 9. October. Lots. £14.95 for you today, and have a look at how gorgeous they look next to this. Stunning. Seriously beautiful, aren't they? Realistically gorgeous, aren't they? Get your hands on them whilst you can. £14.95 for you today. It's a stunning collection. It's a bargain as well. £14.95. Get it whilst you can do. Why did you say lovely jobs? Double trouble clear quartz. I'm just guessing now. Perfect guess. I have got for you here sensational clarity, beauty, and so much more. Take a little look at this duo. This, my friends, oh, look at the glow on that. It's always out of this worldly, isn't it? Totally natural, that glow. Completely natural. So what have I got for you here? Well, I've got you the chameleon of the gemstone world. If you are new and you've never bought from us before, and maybe you're starting a new hobby, honestly, this is going to be one of the best strands to have in your stash. And I'll tell you for why. It takes on the colour of anything that you put with it. So let me show you. If I lay this down for you, how's about if I, because this is so clear and because the clarity is sensational, this is the clear quartz, by the way, because it has got that gorgeous clear appeal to it, and it is stunningly eye clear meaning when you look at it at kind of wrist length you don't see any inclusions. Because of that, no matter what I pair with it, it's going to go. But not only is it going to go because it's clear and so the colour goes well, but also because the colour itself actually shines through. Can you see that? So it doesn't matter what you pair with this, the gemstone itself kind of takes the colour of the other gem and then kind of dispels that colour through itself, therefore magnifying the colour. But it means it goes with everything. What about this multicolour beryl? Now this multicolour beryl, obviously the spinel that I had there, that was super duper strong tone for you. You've got a bit more of a gentler tone here with your beryl, but the beryl will do exactly the same thing. Exactly the same. Look at those different colours burning through there. It just goes to show that the chameleon of the gemstone world is going to work with whatever you have because it takes the colour and it spans it through. The amethyst is going to look fab with it as well. Stunning, isn't it? So get this in your collection because you've got 2 of these strands. They're going to go with absolutely everything, as you can see there, but also because they are just beautiful in their shape and their appeal. Get a gemstone that's going to work time and time and time again. Get some added glow. Your price point today for a double trouble should be, we are going to take it lower today. This designer inspiration, we like to do it big and bold. It's not £17.90. Your price point today is going down for 2 strands of genuine quartz, really lengthy strands too. Just £12.95 for you on these today. Get them whilst you have the opportunity, because you don't want to miss out on pieces that essentially you make something and think, do you know what, I wish I'd bought that. That would have looked really good here, wouldn't it? Oh, get them whilst you can, because you're getting 130 carats worth on each of these. So do treat yourself whilst you get the opportunity to do so. I'm adding the black spinel, which is what I showed you with these, but look how nicely that goes. It's this gorgeous juxtaposition between the internal glow and then that faceted luster on the top of these that for me just creates a really decadent affair. It's beautiful. Do treat yourself to the double trouble quartz when you get the opportunity to. Well done to everyone who's already got it. Multi-buyers on that as well. Spinel. One of the most luxurious gemstones in the world. It has a luster that can only be compared to diamond, and often is, because that essentially is its closest in appearance. Obviously, if this were black diamond, well, let's just say most of us would not be able to afford it, would we? Because the carat weight is absolutely epic. It's not black diamond. It has the appearance of it to many, and there's lots of comparisons you can make between them, but thankfully it's nowhere near the price point. But for me, it's definitely near the beauty. Especially when it's got that amount of workmanship. It's got that beautiful workmanship to it. All of this created by our lapidarists. Lapidarists are our gemstone cutters who basically create the gorgeous shapes with these and the appeal. It's paparazzi strand, isn't it? It's stunning. We have got brand new to the mid-show black spinel here. I did a strand of black spinel with some 925 the other day on the morning show. Sold out within absolutely seconds, and it was nowhere near this carat weight, and I'm pretty positive the price was almost, well, quite a bit higher. You've got 150 carats worth here of this stunning gemstone. They are your graduated faceted rondelles. The great thing about spinel is you've got that beautiful luster, that beautiful appeal, and the great thing is it is really quite strong on the Mohs scale. You're looking at around an 8 on the Mohs scale, which means that you can wear these for day wear, and you don't have to be too worried about things like scratching or rubbing against these or knocking these, because they are super durable, super strong. 150 carats worth of your beautiful diamond-like black spinel, nowhere near the diamond price though. Price point today is just £14.95 for this amount. Look at the huge amount you're getting. Even just that on a stretchy bracelet, in fact you might even be able to make around 2 in fact, is just so eye-catching. Maggie, what would you do with these, please?
I think they look fabulous in a choker style necklace, because I think they give that Victorian look. And they're super sparkly, aren't they? They're lovely. So I'd be looking at something sort of, you know, neckline, almost like it's a Victorian. They used sort of morning jewellery and stuff, didn't they?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, and I think it would look lovely with that. And if I wanted to put it with something, I'd put it with pearls. Put some nice cream pearls.
Maybe my natural
something
pearls,
like that.
natural. They're coming up later. The quality is astonishing, isn't it? Oh. I love that idea, really beautiful. Get more whilst you can. £14.95 for you on those ones today. They are sensational. We've heard a few things to do with them. You can create some gorgeous kind of Victoriana pieces with them, or go really high-end glamour. You know, it is that kind of time of year, isn't it? We've had all the award shows have started and they're set to continue as well. Add a little bit of glamour to your day. LDSY 84 is your code. Get it whilst you can. Anyone up for an absolute bargain? A bit of a bargain bundle? Have a little look at what we've got in here, because I tell you what, Becky's got a bargain bundle and she's not afraid to show you. You've got 4 strands in here of these stunning gemstones. How beautifully do they go together? I mean, realistically, you've got in here every kind of seasonal colour you could hope for. That makes sense? You know how we've got in here that beautiful kind of fancy jasper with those beautiful kind of rich tones. You've got your Botswana agate as well with that beautiful kind of texturing on the surface. We've also got your moss agate in there with that gorgeous forestry green and that kind of speckled like appearance. And then you've got your red agate as well, giving you that kind of autumnal tone, but also a hint of the sunshine as well. These are just a great way to buy your gemstones, I would say, especially if you are starting off and you're new with us, because if you get a collection like this, you've got some really workable shapes in some shades that you know work beautifully together, but because it's a bundle, we're able to offer you an absolute bargain price point. You've got 145 carats worth of that jasper and a massive 150 of the agate as well. We haven't seen that much Botswana of late, really, have we? I think I've probably only had sort of 1 or 2 strands on in the last sort of week or so. So we haven't had a lot of it in at all. It's nice to have it in here in such a gorgeous organic shape. £12.80 is your should-be price on this. Already an astonishing price, but I promised you a bargain bundle and I don't like to let you down. £7.95 for 4 strands of genuine, real deal gemstones you've got in here. That is sensational. I've seen, Botswana agate, individual strands at £7.95, haven't you? Okay, yes, of course it looks different, it's a different carat weight, etc. But, you know, names like that can design and kind of get these higher prices. £7.95 for you today. That is absolutely astonishing, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's great. And I quite often buy those multi-strand bundles because they build up your stash.
Oh, yeah.
When you've got colours that you could be using all the time, they're they're multicoloured,
yeah.
So you know that you can separate them out. You could get sort of orange pieces, or you could get beige pieces, or grey, and it's a brilliant way to sort of add lots and lots of stones to your collection.
It's fantastical, isn't it? It really is. £7.95. Hello, Diane and Anne-Marie and Cheryl and loads of anonymouses, and Eva as well, and pardon? I'm struggling with that one. Karina, got it. How did you know I was struggling? Was it my weird squinty face? Elizabeth, hello, another Elizabeth's in. Hello, lovely Elizabeth. Lots of you coming in. I can squeeze in one more for the kit. We're going to be heading over, just giving you a heads up, we're heading over to you in about 3 minutes. Is that all right?
Thank you. I'm glad you told me.
Heads up. £7.95 for you today on that one. Really quick little number for you now. And Danny's decided to go for this one. I've got for you your multi-storage box here with a load of spaces. This is going to be a quick on and gone because I've not got many of these left. It's going to make your gemstones go further. Danny loves his spaces today and he's bringing you some more at a great little price point. Take a look at these silver, gold and rose gold spaces. You get all of the same designs but in the different colours. So let me show you some of the different shapes we get all in these lock boxes. You've got in here your heart shape, your large heart shape. Come here, you. Your large heart shape design in here. Beautiful brushing on there. You've then got your smaller, more delicate heart shape. You're getting a fair few of these. How many of each are you getting? 8. Getting 8 of each of these individual. But don't forget, when I say 8, I mean 8 in the rose gold, 8 in the gold, etc., etc. Your small hearts there. You've got your flattened oval effects with a really serious sized drill hole in there too. I've also got the kind of domed bead effect as well in here. Don't forget, with that kind of ridging, you can stamp into these, etc., to give you a look. You've got almost a marquee shape there. It's really pretty, quite dainty as well. I've got for you, let me open these, your drop shapes, which actually will go great with that pink amethyst I had on earlier because it's kind of a mimicking shape, isn't it, really? And lastly, but by no means leastly, you have your saucers. So they are, again, all textured, but they are the saucer design, so flatten at one side and then domed, and circular on the other side for you there. So you've got loads in there, in the gold, the rose gold, and the silver. Your price point today for these and the storage box is just £29.95 for you. So you're getting 160 of these in total, and you're getting all of those beautiful colours as well. It's going to make your gemstones go further. You can use them really simply just as a pair of earrings. How's about just using these as kind of your little quirky design, you know, at the back of your pieces? If you just have one of these hanging, maybe just with an initial or something like that stamped onto it, which you are more than welcome to do once you get these. Go wild with them, why not? About 18 pence per spacer is the price point, so it's an absolute bargain. £29.95 for you today. Nice work. Better get started on designer inspiration, aren't I? Because we've got some gorgeous pieces to take a look at. You've got in here, seen for the first time in a kit today, this woven hessian. It's beautiful. Now when I say hessian, Don't think bag for life, kind of rough. It's not that at all. It is this beautiful, softened, woven material that we're working with here that is really beautiful. Let me get some out for you just to really show you around it. Look. So you've got your kind of woven effect here, and it is soft. It really, really is. It's much softer than kind of some of the Hessian you will have purchased. But also, look, there you go. You can get this beautiful fan-out design, fan-out effect. You can unweave this. You can weave it in a separate manner. You could do some beautiful effects with these. Gorgeous concertinas. You can create some lovely rose shapes with these as well. We've done one designer inspiration using similar, not the same colours, but similar pieces to this. So if you do want to look back on YouTube, feel free to. But also, we are going to be showing you how to work with this today. So I've got the natural coloured, and I've got that red colour as well, which is really nice pop red. And if you do want to carry that red theme on, then boy oh boy, I've got the gemstones to do it. The colour palette on this is absolutely sensational. Red and gold, how opulent. So let me show you exactly what I've got here. Look at these ones. Wow. I have got in here massive amount of pieces. Your red magnesite is 600 carats worth, and these are your faceted slabs. They are 38 by 44 mil in some areas. I've also got the magnesite rounds as well, which is 6 mil, and those ones are 90 carats worth. And I've got those beautiful saucer shapes for you as well on there. I'm going to add to the situation a beautiful selection of your shell pearl too. These go great with that multicoloured beading thread I'm going to bring to you later on. You've got your metallic shells here, both gold, slightly different colours of gold. You've got a 6 mil and you've got the 4 mil there, so it's going to add a really nice little kind of intricate detailed accent. And lastly, but by no means leastly, a gemstone we hardly ever see, sunstone. Really beautiful quality sunstone. You've got so much beautiful opulence within there. You've got that gorgeous natural internal glitter in the sunstone, and that really goes to show you the quality, especially when you look at exactly how these are kind of positioned throughout the gemstone. It is a really beautiful even coverage internally, as opposed to kind of just dots and spots of it, and that it goes to show you the quality of those. I've then got that beading thread selection as well. Beading thread is fab. It's super duper fine, so it goes through lots and lots of our gemstones. You can plait with it, you can braid with it, you can macrame with it, you can kumihimo with it, you can crochet with this as well. It gives a really nice crochet effect, and that's great because you get loads on each. You get absolutely loads on each of these, so you can create some really big statement pieces. You've got 5 different colours, and these are on your stackable selections, but you can take them off individually as well. You've got beautiful kind of tan tone, gold tones, old gold colours in there as well. You've got your stainless steel kind of platinum colours in there as well. Real nice array for you, and we'll show you exactly how far that can go in a little bit. Let's reiterate exactly what we're getting. 6 strands in total. That is a lot, isn't it? We've been doing 4 or 5 strands recently, but 6 strands, especially when you've got such a statement piece like this, is astonishing. I've then got for you those woven Hessians, of which, by the way, are 10 mil, and they are 10, you get 10 metres worth on each one of those as well. And you also get your beading thread in as well in there. And don't forget that stunning sunstone. Price point today should be, I'm not staying there. It should be always £40. For 6 gemstones, that's fine. That's great. That's better than fine, isn't it? 6 strands of gemstones for about £40. It's pretty amazeballs. Today we are going to take it lower though. You're gonna not want to miss out on this. All of this today isn't 40, it's £27.95 for you today. That is phenomenal. And if you think that the ribbon itself is £14.95 per one, I've essentially, if I round that up by 5p each, I have essentially got £30 worth here in total, haven't I? Just of that Hessian. just of this by itself, if you were to buy these two individually on the website now, you'd be paying 10 pence shy of £30 just for those two. So essentially, you're getting all of this beading thread, 5 packs, and you're getting 6 strands of beautiful gems for minus money. We're paying you to have them, technically. Hello, lovely Maggie.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Excuse me. I'm doing fine over here, thank you.
Good. We are going to be looking at some beautiful, beautiful pieces today. I can't wait to see the earrings and how to use that hessian. How was the hessian to work with?
It was interesting because I'd never used anything like it before, so it's something really different. It's diagonally produced, so it's got quite a lot of sort of flexibility about it.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah.
So you can play around with it like that as well. It's in the 2 colours, which is always good to get 2 colours together, and it's really strong.
It is super strong, isn't it?
Yeah, it is strong.
Super sturdy.
Very sturdy, yeah.
You can see exactly how we've used that on this piece here. And you've also worked with that multicoloured of the beaded thread. How was that to work with?
Oh, it's lovely. Our beading thread is just great.
Fab,
you know,
isn't
it's always nice. It's nice and silky. It keeps its silkiness. It doesn't fray. It's just lovely stuff. And to get all those 5 in one pack, I think, is amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it?
You'll never be short of it again.
We're also going to learn how to make these earrings, which are the ones I mentioned before. Big statement earrings, but they're super light and wearable. They're really beautiful. These are going to be great for beginners. So if you've never made anything before, get your hands on this kit and you'll be able to learn how to make these within the next hour. And then once you get your kit flown over to you, all you have to do is watch us back on YouTube, because all of our designer inspirations, when possible, go up on YouTube, JewelleryMaker YouTube channel, so we can have a little look back and see exactly how to make those. So do get your hands on that kit if you want to today. Well done to everyone who already has. Don't forget, I've got these tools coming up for you in a moment or 3, as well as some crimps which we're going to need for those earrings in a little bit. Where are we starting, Maggie?
Right, shall we start with the earrings then?
Fantabulous. Yes,
excellent.
let's.
Right. So I've used all 5 colours, and I wanted to do something that showed off the 5 colours, and I wanted to do some earrings because I hadn't done many of them. So very simple. It may look a bit complicated, but they're actually easy peasy.
Well, that's good.
Well, and so as you said, for a beginner, they're ideal. So what I've done is I've taken it around. I quite often don't measure beading thread in centimetres or inches. I measure it in rounds off the container.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, because we've got so much of it here. It doesn't matter if you waste a few centimetres, and it means you can put it back in later. So 1 round, and you can pop it back in the notch, and that hopefully prevents it coming all apart again. Yep.
Okay, good.
So I took just 1 notch of each colour. I'll just do the couple and hopefully get the idea. Just reel it off, put it back in the notch, and that means that you're not wasting it. It's not springing around.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Gorgeous colours, aren't they, as well?
They're super. Isn't that gorgeous? This kind of pinky coppery mix. So there's something for every metal in here.
Oh yeah.
Right, so we've just done 3 there. So what you're doing for this is you're adding in 2 of the small shell pearls, which I think are giving a really vintage look, those shell pearls.
I agree with that.
They've got a kind of lovely look to them. Just pop 2 of them onto the piece of wire. Sorry, the piece of beading thread. And then add a crimp over the top. Right. So that's basically how that bit goes. Yeah. Two beads and a crimp over the top.
So you put your crimp on. I have got those crimps for you in a minute, so stay where you are.
Right. And I'm not going to crimp it shut yet. I'm going to show you what I've done with my sample one here. So I started with 1 colour, and then slightly longer for the next colour, and slightly longer for the next one, and I've built them up in this way. So those teardrop shapes are getting slightly larger each time.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's kind of pretty important that you do that, so the pearls themselves fall in different areas, fall in different lengths. Yeah.
Okay.
So once you've put this on, it's the copper tone. I think it's this one here. So it's going to be about that long.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to then take the crimping pliers.
You can, of course, use your flat nose as well. Chain
Yeah,
those
you can
pliers,
do.
can't you?
Yeah, I'm
Chain
going
those
to put crimp covers on.
Yeah.
So I'm using the crimping pliers.
Yeah.
Once, turn it round, and again, and that gives a nice round edge. So I do like crimping pliers. I think they give a much nicer, much more professional look. So with those ones, I'd only just crimp them very quickly.
Okay.
I think I think they just fit inside the crimp covers a little bit easier. But
Yeah, they do. Yeah, you're right. I do have those crimps coming up for you right about now,
Oh, wow.
ladies and
What a
gents.
Oh, fantastic. Ooh. And of
It's like
course,
Christmas, isn't it?
they're brilliant as well as spacer beads.
Yeah,
You
go
know,
on.
when you want little spacer beads, crimps work really well.
They do, don't they?
So I'm just
Give me a
squashing
minute. You carry on. Hang
those.
on.
Oh, I'm carrying. Right. Okay. Right. So
I'm just going to grab some tweezers because I can't show you these crimps just in a little pot, can I? Like that. Can't show these beauties willy-nilly. Look at these. They're beautiful. You've got absolutely loads. Around 1,000 of these in total. Look at the amount you are getting. You are getting around 1,000 of these. £6.95 is your price point on them. They are your rose gold plated copper crimp tubes that we've got in here, and these are exactly what you need to create pairs of earrings like this little beauty here. They are just sensational, aren't they? They are great for you to have in your collection to create looks like this, but also they're important and imperative for many to add things like your clasps, etc. You're going to need these whenever you're bringing two wires together, so even if you're just going to plait a piece, you're going to need these to pull your pieces together. Crimp beads are one of those pieces that we use time and time again, so do get them when you can, because we hardly ever bring them on off by themselves. £6.95 for you today. Well done, everybody. Okay, back with you, Maggie.
right. So I've just rounded off the crimp beads are already put on and half squashed. I just finished them off. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking a crimp cover. That's this little sort of comma-shaped component here, and you'll get them in findings packs, and you'll think, what are they for? And what they do is they go around a crimp and they create like a bead effect.
Yeah, I see.
And they're invaluable. I use them in all sorts of different ways. So sometimes I squash them and use them as a bead. Sometimes I'll put them over the crimp, of course. Sometimes I use them if I feel a necklace needs a little bit of interest to it.
I know exactly what you mean, yeah.
So what I'm doing here is I've got the crimp cover and I'm fitting it over the crimp itself. Yeah. So the crimp goes in there, the squash crimp is in there. There's a little hole at the back for the wire. Yeah. And then I use the crimping pliers because they're semicircular, and I find they give quite a nice finish for squashing them closed. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, I see.
And I'm going to do that with all of them. So each of those little earrings has got 5 components to it, 5 bits to it, and they're all made exactly the same way but different sizes. So squashing that crimp cover closed there, yeah, and one more. And then after I've closed them all, I'm going to just trim off the ends, because you don't really want those little ends getting in your hair. So you can see there's a tiny little end on this one, and if the flush cutters are sharp enough, we should just trim them off the end. Yeah. Some of you will have the nice blue coloured flush cutters, and this is the ideal place for using them. Ah, there, that's better.
This means no scratchy edges.
Yeah, nothing to catch your hair in as much. Yep.
Yeah.
So next stage on is get a jump ring.
Okay.
So lay out your 5 components. Put them in order so that you know which order you're placing them on. And to make life easy for yourself, move the pearls down to each side, one on each side, so they're down near the beads. Can you see that? Because otherwise they're going to be on, if you have 2 on the one side, it doesn't give quite the same effect.
No, it'll be a bit uneven. Yeah.
So I'm just moving those down.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So opening jump rings, if you're beginners at this, you'll find out how to do that on the
DVD that you get with your
yeah.
first purchase today.
And
we're going to be getting you chain nose pliers in the next 17 minutes, so stay where you are.
So I'll start at one end. I've opened the jump ring. I'm just hooking the wire over. In order.
The large to small.
In this case, large to small. You can do it small to large if you want.
Mix it up.
And I've already made sure that all of the pearls are lying one on either side.
Okay,
so I've got the open jump ring, and I'm just closing it again. And that's that component made. So you can see when it dangles, it's not working out. That's a bit better, right? So you can see that it's like a cluster of little of the pearls, and the crimp covers at the end look like little beads as well. I then put it onto an ear wire. Now with the ear wires, you'll find that the hook on the ear wire is likely to be in the wrong direction, yeah? So the hook from here is going from front to back, and you really want it to go from side to side.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I get you.
So just take your chain nose pliers and twist it round so it ends up like that. Yeah.
I forgot about that Ethiopian opal.
Oh,
It's amazing, isn't it? It is amazing. I have got the earring wire maker coming up for you in a bit, so you can have it whichever direction you want.
oh wow, looking forward to seeing that. So I've just opened it here, and what you want is your shortest one at the front. Doesn't really make an awful lot of difference. Try and put your shortest one at the front and just hook it on, and then close up your earring wire again. And that's it. That's basically how you make them.
How simple is that to make? It's a beautiful drop on there, really pretty. I love that they are quite big statement pieces, but
They're so lightweight, aren't they?
They are lightweight. And sometimes you can't get that, can you, with big pieces?
Or sometimes you're really heavy.
Oh, it's so
but they're also
annoying.
fairly kind of economical on your beads. Yeah.
Very good
but
point.
They're using all different colours of wire, so they'll go with whatever you
Very
want.
good
Yes.
point. And actually, once you've learnt this technique, you could do loads of those and kind of do them
Or you could
graduated
put
on a
them-
neckline, couldn't
exactly,
you?
and put them around a necklace as well. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things you could do with that technique.
Fantastic. I have got 2 essentials for you now that are going to help you make those as well. This is your Comfort Grip chain nose pliers that we have here for you. Now these are professional quality, because not only do they do an important job, but also they're comfort grip and precision nibbed as well. Now what we have here is your chain nose pliers. So we've already seen lovely Maggie using these for things like your opening and closing of jump rings, but what else do we need these for, Maggie?
I think you need them where you require a really good point to get into small fiddly places.
Yes.
And sometimes the broader ones are just a little bit broad, so those are pretty accurate. And of course, if you're using them a lot, which you will be doing, then you've got the comfort grip, so they're working a lot more easily. They look really nice. I've not used those ones, but they look really good.
The comfort grip is spectacular. When we say comfort grip, we're talking about the arms of these, the handles, ergonomically designed, but they're also a little bit chunkier than our usual ones. So if I just show you the ones you get in kind of your basic kit, you can see how much more slender the pink ones are than the blue ones. Now that means that these have got a little bit more of an added purchase point, so they're easier to use, but also they're comfier on the hand as well, because they go just past that kind of irritating point which you use time and time again. It can kind of dig into. Another important thing about these with the handles as well is this spring point that we have here. That spring point makes it so much easier even if you do have dexterity problems, because with tools after a time that have the spring coils, sometimes what you can find is you'll hold them together and actually what you have to do is kind of pull them apart. With this, because they are 2 separate sections, they are so simple to use that even people with dexterity problems can use them time and time again. You won't get that issue. And then look at that precision point that we have there. That is super long and super fine, isn't it? You're going to be able to get into all those nooks and crannies to tuck your wire work away, to pull your cords as well for you. So fab. But then I've got, look, this is going to be fab for making those earrings. This is your Finding Forms earring wire maker. It is so simple to use, I have to say. All you have to do with this is insert your wire. You can use lots of different gauges of wire. Kind of your 0.6 would be perfect for this, or a 0.8 would be great for this as well. And all you have to do is you insert your wire through the bottom section, and then you guide it around up this section around here, and then you create that perfect eye loop shape. So the wire comes in here, you go behind, loop it round, and you get this effect and shape time and time again. And then you can add your gemstones onto this section here if you want to, so it's straight on, it's in one point, which means you don't have to use an individual head pin, for example. It's one continuous piece, and you can make that as long or as short as you want. It's so simple for you to use. There's just a little picture on the back there, show you exactly how to do it. It's really simple. We hardly ever have it at all, so it's lovely to have it in today. It's going to save you buying your own earring findings, which can be quite expensive at times, you know, if you're using them making a lot of earrings. But another great thing is it does give you that professional finish time and time again, always the same shape and size. But of course you can then learn how to make that into a link itself if you wanted to, or a clasp even, just looping up the end and looping up the bottom to make a clasp. So it's not just for your earrings at all. Both of these tools today are coming at you so you can create these beautiful earrings and so much more. Your price point today is not. Maggie's face, I'm just looking at it then like, okay, where's this going? We are going to take this down. I am going to take it down as low as we can without being fired. Your price point for both, £6.95.
That's just fantastic. You can easily spend £10 and £12 for good quality pliers elsewhere.
Yes. Oh, easily.
Easily, and I haven't a clue what the other one would cost. But the other one I think looks really useful. You can make it really long ear wires as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't. I've been asked by people to make earrings that don't have the dangly bit, that don't sort of swing about.
I see. Yeah,
They want them in one piece, and that's exactly what would be ideal for them.
Perfect.
So you can extend that sort of piece that comes from your ear down, and you can make quite a different style of earring with it.
Yes.
Which I think is quite a modern way, quite a nice way of making them.
Love that idea. And actually, with you saying that, you could even just loop this over, make it a hole, and do a bail with it, and then have.
You could, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get the same shape.
piece.
Yeah. Because you're going to get the same shape each time.
Absolutely. There's so many of you coming in for this today. If you are new to us, welcome. We have got loads of tools coming up for you. I've got some wire mesh, the new wire mesh coming up straight after this as well, just because we're aware that this is going to be a sell, obviously. I mean, come on, they're essential tools that we love and adore. It's a tool in particular with the earring finding maker that we don't see that often at all, but it's at a stunning price point at just £6.95. So do feel free to get that. It's still making you chuckle.
I know, it says, I'm just amazed.
£6.95. If you could buy just these for £6.95, you'd be
amazing
chuffed
deal.
as chips, wouldn't you?
I would be, yeah, because pliers are something you use all the time.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you need good ones. We've all done it. We've all got cheap ones, and they're rubbish, and you have to chuck them out after a while.
Yeah.
Or you just don't use them. But when you are getting more professional about it, and you're doing a lot of work, you want to make it easier in your hands. You want to make it easier in your work.
Completely agree with
Yeah,
that.
I think they're just amazing.
It doesn't really matter what kind of medium you're going to go into. Those are the types of tools that you're going to need to use. The pliers in particular are the types of tools you're going to use no matter what your medium, really. So get them whilst you can. I have had to take those off because I've only got a few of them left, but do treat yourself, because I am bringing you something that you can use those findings with, those pliers with perfectly, and it is your gorgeous wire mesh. Not many of these, less than 50. Get them whilst you can. Wire measure clock. Let's get started. This is your dusky rose wire mesh that we have on here for you today. Have you seen this new wire mesh?
Yes, I have. I have some. Not in the
Do you like it?
Yes, I've not used it a lot yet, but I think it's a nice thing to have, and I think it gives us an added glamorous alternative to, say, the leather cord is with that cord.
Absolutely agree with that. This is a beautiful, beautiful 1 mil that we have here. So if I just find a section for you, I can show you that. So this is how it looks, how it appears. We can tease this out to make gorgeous little petals, little leaves as well. And the one I'm showing you now is your lilac, and that's again 1 mil worth. You get 10 yards of these in total. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, I've got your 3 mil, so slightly thicker, in that gorgeous Merlot colour. You have got a astonishing little price point today, should be, but it's not going to stay there. We're not staying there at all. That is a great price, but I'm not staying there. No way. Your price point today for your Merlot, your lilac and your dusky rose is going down. Price point is just £9.95 for you today. Get those ones whilst you can. We're not meshing around here today. £9.95 for you on this. ROGC40. No, ROGC80 is your code on this today. Get it whilst you can. £9.95. Once this is sold out, which will be in the next 2.5 minutes, then the graphics will come back on for the tools or the kit if we have any of either left. So stay where you are. Okay, Maggie, I'm back with you. We've learned how to make the earrings. Right. What's next?
Next, I think we'll talk about this Hessian ribbon. Yeah, because it's new. Yeah. Before we do that, I've just added a little red bead in there because I thought that gave a little extra look to the
Oh,
earrings.
cutesy. Yeah, let me show that on the earrings. Just added a little one of the magnesites in there, just to add a little flash.
Yeah, just give a little bit extra colour.
Fab.
So I think it'd be really nice as a necklace, as you say, graduated neck piece. It would look really well.
Fab. Okay, let's have a look at your Hessian next then.
Right, so I'd never used this before, so it's very different for me to be using, yeah? And it came in the 2 colours, so that was really useful. So when I get something like this, I try out different ways of using it, and usually needles and stitching would come into it somewhere.
Of course.
Yeah. So I try maybe plaiting it, or twisting it together, or scrunching it together, folding it, that type of approach. So with this one, what I've done is I've used both colours together and plaited it together, which gives you this kind of sawtooth effect.
Yes, I see.
So I've just started off here, and I can take this out because it doesn't take more than a couple of minutes really to do. Right. So what you do, you're just stacking it. So you're stacking alternate colours. Natural, red, I'll just separate them.
Okay.
Natural, red, natural, red. Guess what's next?
Red. Jokes.
Natural and red. And I pin them across the top because obviously I'm going to be finishing those off later.
Okay.
Yeah. So you end up with a stack, more or less.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Now when you're plaiting, normally you do from left to right and you just sort of carry on through.
Yeah, you do.
It's dead easy. With
Yeah.
this, it's just ever so slightly different. Taking the bottom 2 underneath, from underneath, and moving them over. Yeah. And as you plait them, you need to twist them.
So you're taking them as a pair, aren't you?
You're using them as a pair,
Okay.
yeah. And instead of just doing them any old how, which will give you a rough edge, you're turning them over. So
Okay.
you've got the red, in this case, is uppermost.
I see.
So that's going over the middle 2, as you would do it in ordinary plaiting. That's over the middle 2, and then the other 2 are coming on top. Now I've twisted them round, and they're going to look slightly different by the time I'm finished. So again, left side. I've done this wrongly, I need it the other way around.
Okay, don't worry, I'll talk over it and no one will notice. You have only got 20 in baskets and you've only got 15 left, which is awkward. So please do check out your baskets. Once they're gone on that mesh for you. Just been paid, now I'm broke, thanks, love it. Wendy, epic. Hey, it's what payday's for, isn't it? Go on, treat yourself. And just think, when you get all of these through your door in like a few days time, you're going to feel like you've been paid again, aren't you? So double whammy of fun. Treat yourself, say Wendy, thank you for joining us, lovely lady. Don't forget, Tanzanite coming up in a bit, as well as that strand of opal brought to you last week that's is it like £120? It's the best quality of opal you will have ever seen if you've not seen it before. So stay tuned, it's well worth it.
Right, okay, I've got it right again. So it's red on the bottom, natural on the top, to give the red effect on your left. So you're turning it. So I've taken the red over, the left-hand side one over, and we're doing this one. So you turn it, and that takes the natural colour uppermost. Then another side, you're doing the same movement. You're flipping it over, almost like folding it, instead of just scrunching it, and that brings the red uppermost.
Got you.
And as you work your way through, that's what's happening. So you end up very quickly with this sort of double Hessian look. I've seen this done in various things in the past. I never realised how they did it. I thought it was some sort of complicated way, but it's actually really, really simple.
It's really easy, it's just about, it's like a flip of the wrist, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just flipping it over and it gives you this kind of sawtooth effect. And so then at some point, what I'm needing to do is I'm going to separate them. So then I'm going to work just with a natural colour and work independently with a red colour.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm putting a pin in just to hold it into place. If I get another one. Don't stab yourself with the pins.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Don't stab yourself, peeps.
Right, so what I'll do now is I'll take the natural coloured ones over the top, over to one side, because I'll work with them on the right-hand side. Yeah. And so it's the same again. You're folding it over rather than just scrunching it.
Yeah, keep it folding
So
separate.
keep on folding it. It's interesting because it's diagonal, because it's got this diagonal stretch in it, but it still sits fine.
Yeah, it's good. It kind of moves with it in a way, doesn't it?
And it also gives an extra flexibility because you've got the sort of bias of the diagonal. You can see how it kind of scrunches up a bit and moves into other shapes. So you're not doing that for terribly long, you're just doing it for about 9 or 10 turns.
Probably approximately, well, it's up to you, isn't it? But probably on this piece,
yeah.
approximately 20 centimetres. Says the human ruler.
What's that in old money?
Oh, way up, you're asking the wrong questions now,
Oh,
love.
see.
Oh, no. I can only do so much, Maggie. I won't lie to you. I can only do so much. Let's have a look.
8 inches,
20 centimetres exactly.
20 centimetres.
Just don't lose it,
inches?
do you? Let's have a look. I'll work it out on my board.
It's okay, it's approximate anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, about 6 inches, is it?
Right, so I'll take it to about there. And then
Right.
I'm doing the same with the other one. But the other one's going to be slightly longer, so you've got this sort of half moon shape that you can put your beads into.
Fabulous. Whilst you're doing that, I need to bring you another mesh selection because that one sold out. That one's sold out, and I know that people are going to be very upset if they can't get their hands on it, so I'm going to bring you some in a different colour now. Quite a workable colour, I would say, here. Beautiful, beautiful variety that we have. You've got your black mesh, and this is again your 1mm. But I've also got in the 1mm your beautiful copper, and I've got the copper in the 3 as well. So you've got 2 different sizes here, 1mm, 1mm, 3mm. You've got beautiful wire mesh combo. Your price point today for all 3 should be obviously $14.85. We know what it's going to be. We have to match the last price that we showed you, really, don't we? Even though we did sell out, we've got a few of these ones, so do treat yourself today. Beautiful wire mesh trio. Your price point isn't $14.85, it's $9.95, so get your hands on it whilst you can for all 3 of those. Add them to your collection. Going to be great with things like steampunk, and I've got to say I've got this stunning chain coming up for you.
Oh, I like that.
And how nicely does that go? Really fab, doesn't it? This is a chain coming up for you in a bit. By the looks of things, I've got a meter's worth of it.
That is lovely. Oh, it's so heavy.
It's fab, isn't it?
It's got real weight to it, isn't it? Yeah.
That's coming up for you in a
yeah.
moment. It's going to go perfectly with that. If you want steampunk, you want vintage, perfect colours, so get them whilst you can. $9.95 today. Well done, everyone. Okay, I'm back with you.
Right, okay. So I've got the 2, slight variation in the 2 parts. Yeah. I'm taking the top one, that's the natural, and placed it on top of the red one.
Okay.
And it sort of naturally separates into the 3 strands.
I see.
Same technique again. One colour is going to be uppermost. Fold it over and carry on. Yep. Now, when you get to the ends, what I did is I've actually glued them because I don't want them fraying too much, and I used fold over cords for those, fold over ribbon ends I should say for those, which are absolutely ace. But you know the cords ends you had earlier? The
large gauze ones. Did we sell
yeah.
out of those, Danny? Yeah, the ribbon ends.
Oh, right.
Yeah, let's bring them back on because these would be perfect for this.
Fantastic, yeah. They'll
Absolutely
work.
fantabulous for this. Really beautiful.
And because this is quite thick and chunky, so you need something that's going to be thick and chunky for you.
You need something that can stand up to the test, don't you?
Yes, something that's just going to do the job, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan Ant. These are the cord ends that we had on earlier for you. You have got these 3 different sizes of your cord ends. You've got your small, medium and a large in here. So here's your large, your medium and your smallest. They were extremely popular earlier on, and these are going to be great for this if you see, because the cord at the end is quite large, but you're going to be able to get so many in here, and they do have that beautiful textured effect. All you do is add in your cord, your hessian, your kumihimo, your macrame, whatever it might be, and then with your pliers that you've just bought, squeeze those sides down one at a time, 1, 2, hold it into place. All 6 sets of these, and we've all got extender cords. If I show you, all got extender cords and all with that S-shaped clasp as well. $8.95 for 6 of them, so get them whilst you can because they're perfect for this. Well done, everyone. Okay, so how do we finish this off?
Right, well I pre-glued them.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, fab. Maybe I should have left it to the end, but I wanted the glue to set.
Yes.
So I just used an ordinary household glue on this to prevent them fraying, because even when you put a ribbon end or a cord end or a fold over clasp on it, you want to make sure they're not going to come out. And gluing works, that just does the job. I've always got a thing about gluing jewellery rather than using traditional techniques. I don't know why.
Well, it's whatever.
But sometimes you have to do it. Yeah. So fold those up. They're going to look a bit odd because obviously your necklaces are going to look better. So you're folding them up, folding over the top. Now you could then, as I so often do, just put a quick stitch in them.
Okay, yeah.
Or you could squash them together. In fact, I'd suggest you do squash them together. And that just compresses them, lets them sort of settle into each other a little bit more. There we go. And that's going to work a little bit better. So it flattens them, compresses them a little bit, brings them all together a little bit more, and that'll fit into any clasp ends a lot easier. I used the fold over ends, which are brilliant.
The
Those ones.
crocodile ones.
Oh, crocodile, yeah. So they just go over the end and you squash them flat. Lovely. But that, as I say, those ones you've got would do the job just as well.
Yeah, got you.
So that's how that, and then you put whatever clasp is on.
Okay.
Funnily enough, I'd already put this clasp on that as well. So that was before I knew you had those ends that you've had already.
Fab, aren't they then? Not many of those left, so if you do want them, fastest finger first right now.
Right. So my next stage was to take the large slabs of selected large strands of the magnesite.
Okay.
And kind of sorted them out. I mean, they're gorgeous. Look at them. They're just fabulous.
They are stunning.
You don't often get red, do you? You don't get this colour of red very often in gemstones. And so I was absolutely thrilled to get them, not only for the size, but for the colour that's in them as well.
It's gorgeous,
fantastic.
isn't it? Vibrant.
So in your space here, what you need to do is select the correct stones that are going to work in that space. So you're probably using, in this example here, I'd need to use smaller ones.
Yeah.
And it will depend very much on the strand that you've got. I might decide I only want to put in 2, although I prefer working with 3s. That's going to depend on what how big your dip is and on what your strand is.
Got you. I know what you mean.
So the one that I made earlier, I used the smallest stones either side because they're graduated, whereas in this case the smaller stones are a little bit bigger.
A little bit
bigger. That's just going to happen.
Yeah, of course.
So I've threaded them on using beading wire.
Yeah.
So I'm using it almost like a needle and thread. No needle, but just threading it on like thread.
Because it's got the stiffness already,
it's got
hasn't
the stiffness it? And it goes through the Hessian fine. There's no issues with it going through the Hessian. Yeah.
That's good. Saves your job.
I suppose it does, yes. So you're virtually stitching that into place. And because of this construction of that Hessian, the way that I've put the ribbon together, it can slide behind quite easily. So I'm putting it in here and there as well. And you might remember I was saying earlier about how I like using crimp covers as extra beads at times.
Yes.
So after I put them on, threaded them in, I used the crimp covers because there's a little bit of exposed beading thread showing, so I didn't want that to happen, so I could use crimp covers to hide it.
Got you.
So it's amazing, isn't it, how components can be used in all sorts of ways. There we go.
And then sliding it through that one as well.
Yep, pop it in there and pop it in the back.
Got you.
And the beading thread will hide quite nicely. So, so what I would then do is take it through to the back over here. Take it in there. I'm not sure where it's going. We'll have to look in a minute.
Sorry, once you're at home, obviously you can see exactly where you need to be perfectly, can't you?
Yeah. Okay, so you then thread them all through and put a crimp on just to hold them together.
Hold them in place.
And then put crimp covers on the top as beads.
Fab. Now, just whilst you're adding those bits on,
Mm.
I know that you have worked a lot with textiles, and I know that you have worked a lot in particular with this.
Oh, fantastic. What gorgeous colours.
I know, how fab are they?
Those are beautiful.
Could you do a similar look to this with these ones?
Yeah, of course you could, yes. Yeah, so I'd use the same sort of technique. I wouldn't mix up 2 colours because they're already multicoloured anyway.
Yeah, they're vibrant.
So I'd be using something like, can I stretch over? I use using something like this one.
Yeah, the ribbon.
The ribbon. you can separate out. You'll find that when you separate it out, there's lengths of about 1 metre or so, and they're all stitched together, and that's one of the ways you get your variation in colour. So you could separate them out, and you could sort of grade your colours if you wanted to try and achieve this. To get the fold-over effect on this, you'd need to, dare I use the word iron? Or as you say in England, iron.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because you love ironing, don't you?
I hate ironing.
Yeah, but you love ironing your sari silk.
I have no problem ironing sari ribbon.
Yeah.
So you could iron it and fold it over and get a similar effect. Okay. But because the variation in the width of this fabric is different, you would get exactly the same.
Yeah, I see.
But you could do the separated bit, 6 strands, separate it into 2 threes.
Gorgeous idea.
And that would work fabulously.
It's going to be a beautiful effect, isn't it? I have got 3 sets of your sari silk here. I have got your ribbon. I have got your yarn as well. 2 of your ribbons. We've got that beautiful kind of fuchsia sunset tone in the ribbon. When we say your ribbon, if I show you a section, we mean it looks like this in appearance. I've then got your yarn, which has a totally different look to it. Really nice texture to that. And I have your ribbon, again, in this kind of sunshine colour. You've got around 100 grams on each. It's in one continuous loop. Your price today... Danny boy. You're not allowed to do that.
What's he done?
I'm going to tell. Oh my goodness. You know and I know that that's not the price of a sari trio. Do get your hands on it whilst you can at that price point. I'm not going to say too much because obviously certain people are watching, but do get it at that price point whilst you can. And yeah, that's not the price it should be, is it?
Certainly isn't. It wouldn't be anywhere else.
No,
I
definitely
paid
not.
Something around that first time I bought sari ribbon. That's what I paid for one hank of it.
Yeah.
And you're getting 3 here.
You're getting 3. We do generally a trio. Our go-to price for a trio is $9.95. Always has been, always will be. Or maybe not. Get them whilst you can. Seriously.
Fantastic.
Okay, lovely. I'm back with you.
Right. So I've just been adding on the crimp covers, so it kind of hides the little bits of wire. Yep. And then the final bit, and this is dead simple, it's just that little chain underneath, which is using the rondelles, and the rounds, and the shell pearl rounds as well.
Yep.
And that's simply making up a little pattern and putting it on.
That's really pretty, isn't it? And just attaching those on.
Well, that could be a separate necklace if you wanted.
Oh yeah, of course it could.
Because it's dead easy, isn't it?
Of course it could.
It's very, very simple, that one there.
Really pretty effect. Or if you really wanted to add chain, then you could. What do you think of this chain?
I love
Honestly,
it.
It's
well,
so different, isn't it?
Earlier, and it's got a real kind of... It's just got extra components to it, hasn't it?
It's amazing. Feel the articulation on that. It is sensational.
It is. It's so drapey.
Drapey. It's super drapey. Do you want to have a nosy? Yeah, go on then. Let me show you now. Because you're going to have to get a bit of a close-up, I think, because this is a chain unlike any other. It's like nothing we've seen before.
And it's black as well.
Look at that. How gorgeous is that chain? It is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? And it is black as well. Just enjoy the way this moves. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it? It's almost like little rose details that you've got on there. That's going to be gorgeous for male and female pieces, isn't it? Really stunning effect we have on here that looks absolutely sensational. Really, really weighty. Look at that, 18 grams worth we've got here, and you've got 1 metre of this in total. I love how it catches the light. I've never seen anything like this, and I hope to see a lot more of it because it really is sensational, isn't it? Imagine that as like a watch strap. It's going to be beautiful. You've got 1 metre's worth of it. You're going to be blown away by the price, I think. 1 metre's worth of this stunning 18-gram chain. £6.95 for you today. Yeah, exactly. £6.95 for you on that today. How wonderful is this? We've never offered it to you by itself before, but we are today, just as a little bit of a start to the weekend treat. £6.95. Now listen, ladies and gents, so many of you are multi-buying on this, and it is genuine sensation. Look at the articulation on this. How stunning is that? You've got loads of you purchasing this because there's so many multi-buyers. My stock is getting extremely low. I've got about 40 of these left right now because so many of you are multi-buying. Names going off my screen. Well done to absolutely everybody. Once you check out, I'm going to probably have about 15 or 16 left. So do get these whilst you can. It may well be a sellout within a moment or three. £6.95 for you. It's sensational. Okay, lovely lady. So how do we finish off that necklace piece then?
Right, so the final bit really to do now is the bottom piece on here.
Yes.
I'm just quickly threading this up. I think I've got the same pattern, but it doesn't really matter if it's not the same pattern because part of your design as a jewellery maker is going to be putting together your own design.
Absolutely.
Right, so let me just show you. So again, because we can use the beading thread as a thread, all we're doing is we're putting it in and out of the bottom strand of the Hessian ribbon.
Okay.
That's a bit short at the moment, but you get the general idea, I hope. Yep. Mm-hmm. Let me just snip off the end of this. There we go.
Okay.
Right, and you can hide it. This is a great thing with this ribbon. You can hide it.
It kind of nooks in, doesn't it?
Hides
in the nook.
There we go.
Single figures on that chain, so get it whilst you can.
I'm not surprised at single figures, it's fabulous. So I'm just going to turn the whole thing over so I can work on the reverse side. And what I did was again, the Hessian's a loose weave, which means you can pop your thread in and out fairly easily as well, and it's not going to be shown on the front either. So once I get back to find the two ends that are, where's the other end gone? Where's the other end? 1, 2, 3. There we go. Going to find the two ends and pop them together, and this is where your crimp beads come in again. Just going to slide this in somewhere. It'll find its own path in some ways. It'll find its own correct way of going. I'm just going to separate out that Hessian, and there we go. That's us. So what I would do for this, I'd use a crimp bead. Make sure, because of the way it's threaded up, that your two pieces of beading thread go in from opposite directions, not from the same direction.
Got ya.
So put them in from opposite directions so that it lies as flat as possible.
I see.
Yep.
And then just pull that across.
Yep, you've got it. And that'll settle in quite nicely. You can add a crimp cover if you wish, because that'll just ensure that it's not going to come apart.
Crimp it as we saw before, and then just chop those sides off.
That's it, you got it.
How easy is that?
Yep.
And that is exactly how you finish off this beautiful piece that we can see here. It's sensational, and you are going to have the chance to make this if you got your hands on that kit. Well done to you if you did. Thank you so much for showing us those, Maggie.
Right.
How's your challenge going?
Oh, I've worked on it. I've done a little bit now.
Good girl. Nice work. Nice one. I have got so many things coming up after the break. I need you to look at them. Brand spanking new strand. Is that zebra fluorite? I've got these highest quality natural coloured pearls. I've got a double strand of spectacular tanzanite. I have a sweet petite trio of rondelles, and I want your genuine reaction to this strand I'm about to show you.
It's in a yellow box, something really special. Oh,
of that is coming up after this very short break. See you in a bit.
We here at JewelleryMaker know how popular our 10-strand mystery packs have been, so we're bringing them back. You can get your hands on these completely random lucky dips for just £25. This works out to just £2.50 per strand, but be warned, it's while stocks last. Add this to your order and you won't be disappointed. Just ask for this code whilst on the phone to our call centre on 0800 644 655 or simply type the code into our website and add to your basket. Jewellery Maker, giving you the best deals on genuine gemstones.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
I've been on the introduction to beadwork from JewelleryMaker, and the class was run by Linda, who I've watched on television many times. And always thought, well, I must go to that class because I've bought a lot of the jewellery, the lovely stones, but never ever sat down really and studied it. It's much easier when somebody explains what you've got to do. So I've made necklaces, I've made some lovely earrings, and it's good because we've got all the choice of beads stones we're able to use, and I've had a thoroughly good day. And of course I dragged my daughter along, who's kept me in tow, so it's open to all ages. It was super. We met a very good crowd.
Hello everybody, my name is Rebecca Redican and we are officially in our last hour of Designer Inspiration, and I'm starting off as I mean to carry on. If you want bargains, if you want beauty, you are in the right place, because I'm starting off with low stock opportunities. Get in as soon as you possibly can, especially for this, because let's face it, when do you ever see beautiful, delicate, stunning faceted rondelles like this and get money off? Get yourself on the phone lines now, 0800 644 655 to get your hands on some stunning, stunning gemstones. These are going to add glitter, glow, sparkle. These are going to add accents to your pieces. These are going to make your gemstone pieces go further and further and add a detail without being too OTT, without being too in your face. You've got such a gorgeous array here for you. You have got your multi-coloured quartzite on the centre here. You then have your lavender quartzite and you have your sky blue quartzite as well on here. Because of the workmanship on these, because they're so delicate, they're so small, all of them are a 4x2. Now what that means is for the lapidist to create that look is really tricky, because to create the look and shape of these gemstones, you're going to be working on a lathe, so a high-powered speeded lathe, which you gently have to kind of rub the gemstones against to create these perfect facets. It's so hard to get an even look on such a delicate gemstone as this, because obviously even if you're just a mill out, you're going to have taken away a quarter of the gemstone. It's going to be so obvious. So we've not got kind of the room for error with these, which means the workmanship, the craftsmanship is a true skill, and that's why your price for 3 strands today should be, but it's not. We are going to take it down. I'm starting off this last hour as I mean to go on. We are bringing you a stunning deal. It's not nearly £15. Your price point is just £7.95 for you today. Should be almost £15, but it's not. Come in whilst you can. 0800 644 655. Get yourself on the phone lines, 0800 644 655 or jewellerymaker.com. Don't forget about the app as well. This is going to go great if you got that challenge strand selection collection earlier with the amethyst. Did you get the strand of beryl that I had on earlier? Are you planning on getting your hands on the beautiful pearls that I had coming up for you in a bit, these natural pearls as well, because they go really nicely, don't they? And let's face it, when we're doing with natural pearls, you don't want anything to overpower, do you? Well done to everyone. Hi Elizabeth, hi Alison, get yourself a couple. Ruth's coming in, Belinda's coming in, Jeanette's in as well, loads of you coming in, Kath, Raymond, Joanne's in as well, Tracy, Kim, Susu, you check out your baskets please, Graham and Teresa and the rest of you, do keep checking out those baskets. Well done to absolutely everybody, especially you triple buyer. Well done everyone. $7.95, absolute bargain. Get it whilst you can, because currently I'm about to be bringing you your last chance opportunities. Not many of those left, so you've got to be quick. Fastest finger first on those, about 30 in baskets. Check them out as soon as you get the opportunity to do so, especially you Susan. Come on Cheshire Chick, let's do this. I've now got for you a gorgeous trio that is going to add a beautiful little kind of petite sparkle to your designs. It's really, really delicate, beautiful pinks we've got running through here. The lovely thing about having this amount of the delicate pinks is it's not too pink, girly. It's almost got that grown-up pink. You've actually got Morganite-esque tones in here, haven't you? If someone said to you at a glance that this was kunzite, you wouldn't be kind of, you know, you would be forgiven for thinking that possibly it could be at a glance, because it has got that kunzite colour, hasn't it? You've almost got some of those Morganite tones running through here as well, actually. You've got in here 2 strands of your rose quartz. One of them is a frosted effect. In fact, they're both described as frosted. In fact, all 3 of them are described as... Is this the right one? I've got the right one. He's put the wrong graphics up. It's all right. You have got in here a beautiful array. You've got that gorgeous multicoloured moonstone. Have a little look at that. You've got those kind of you've got those peachy tones in there. You've also got those kind of rainbow moonstones. Look at the schiller on that. You can even see it under these horrendous lights, which can kind of bleach out the colour. Of your multicoloured moonstone, you've got 80 carats worth, and those are 6 mil. I've also got your rose quartz as well, as I said. You have got the frosted in the 0.8 here. Gives you that gorgeous appeal, almost that velvet-like effect and texture, doesn't it? But then you've also got juxtaposed to that high shine, beautiful burst of bouncy, beautiful pink quartzite, 100 carats worth there. 6 mil on that strand as well. You should be priced today for all those 3 is $13.85. Extremely competitive price point. These are genuine gemstones. We are going to slash it lower for you. Your price point today is going down. We're taking this as lower as you can. You've got your springy delight. Your price point today for all 3 strands is actually just... This is how we're doing it today. £8.95. Get in whilst you can. You've got to treat yourself to these when you get the opportunity to do so, because let's face it, we would expect to pay that probably just for that high quality strand of your moonstone, especially with the amount of schiller, the amount of beautiful light interaction underneath the surface of these, so get them whilst you can. You've got a massive carat weight, beautiful quality, super duper high shine, but also that gorgeous, gorgeous femininity effect to them without being too OTT, pink in your face. They've got that grown-up appeal, that dusky grown-up effect. Really beautiful. Kind of got the Kath Kidston colours running through there, actually, haven't we? $8.95 for you today. Last chance to get those ones whilst you can. Congratulations to everybody. We're going to go to the other side of the spectrum now. We are going to go big, bold, beautiful. Look at me. These are huge statement pieces. Have a little look. They're gorgeous. How well would they go with that multi-strand collection we had earlier? This one. How well would these go with these ones that we brought you earlier on? They're going to go sensationally. This was in a bundle that we had on earlier on. They go great. So if you did manage to get this, then why not treat yourself to these ones too? You have got in here your double deal of fancy Jasper, massive carat weight, almost 1,000 carats worth on these. Think of Mother Nature, think of her colours, think of those forestry colours, those beautiful kind of park colours, those beautiful kind of days out colours that we're getting at this time of year. We're stepping out of kind of the winter and the autumn. You've still got a few of those crisp leaves still on the trees, haven't you? But then we are bursting through with this green again as spring comes quickly around the corner. You've got that depicted for you here with your beautiful natural strands of jasper. Your price point today for 2 strands is dropping straight in. We've got so much to fit in. We're taking it under £10 instantly. Your price point today for both is just £8.95 for you on this today. Get it whilst you can. Almost £1,000 in total for you. Should have been, as you saw then, it should have been close to £12, but we have just taken it down for you to £8.95. These are big, bold pieces. They're going to be great as your pendant pieces. Maggie, what would you do with these, lovely?
I'd have one of those, I'd do it, someone's necklace. I can't remember what the style is called, but they kind of cross over a bit. A bit like an open ladder weave.
I know exactly what you mean, yeah.
Rounds, as we know, are just absolutely useful for everybody. They're really sort of staple gemstone, and if you're a beginner, they're great to start off with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, those look lovely from over here.
They are beautiful. Get your hands on them whilst you can. If you want that natural neutral effect, then do so. These are natural gemstones. Get your hands on them whilst you can. They're 14mm for you today. Lots of you coming in for these. Hello Marilyn and Melanie and Michelle, Alison, Joanne's coming in for these, and Raymond. Hello Raymond. Charlotte's in too. Rachel, Jean, Alison, Iris. Lovely to see you again. Lovely Susan too, as well as Gail. Hello Deborah. It's lovely to see all of you. It really is beautiful for you to see with these. It's really, really nice to have you on board with us today. They're going to go great with the moonstone, aren't they, as well? And let's be honest, add a little bit of sparkle with that fluorite too if you want to, because that's going to add some of those sunshine tones, isn't it, with that gorgeous zebra effect. Fluorite is sensational, isn't it? Adds a little bit of a juxtaposition with the sparkle. Check out your baskets, £8.95. Chance for you, last chance for you today. You have got the price, you have got for you here a stunning, beautiful gemstone here, and this is the effect that I showed to Maggie before the break, and your reaction was spellbound. Tell me about what you have seen.
I saw the most amazing sparkle. Would you say sparkle, or would you say maybe a bit more glow? Lots of pastel colours, and a lot of them, because they're rondelles. You get a lot of bang for your buck, don't you, with rondelles?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you get loads and loads, and they look solid, graduated, luscious, just absolutely luscious.
I need to say to you, this is the best quality strand I have ever seen. This is the strand I told you about earlier on. It's going to be around the £120 price point, but if you want serious quality at a beautiful high end, this is the summit point of excellence. If you've not seen this strand before, I can tell you hands down you will never have seen anything like this in your life. I've only got 4 of them. We sold 88 of these in the first appearance. This is your final 4. You are going to be blown away. This is the best quality of my favourite gemstone in the world. Take a look. This is your Ethiopian opal, and you won't be disappointed. It's your Gems of Distinction collection. And even in these lights, look at the quality that we have here. Let me take this out of the box for you to really get a full effect of this. Oh my gosh, that recording. Take a look at these, because you are absolutely blown away. When have I ever been able to say to you that every single one of these has pinfire? And it does. Every single one of these has that myriad of the beautiful rainbow effect on these. And what I do need to say to you is, genuinely, I absolutely promise you that when you get this home, it's even better in real life, isn't it, Maggie?
It is, yeah.
It's even better in real life. The cameras don't do them justice. They really don't. Get your hands on these whilst you can. It's the best quality of Ethiopian opal I've ever seen. I gave you a heads up. I promised it would be under £120. I'm going to give you the opportunity to be the owner of one of the most precious strands we've ever had here at JewelleryMaker. Your price point today is actually £105.95. Make yourself a pair of earrings with these and sell them on for £50. That's the type of quality we're working with here. That is the type of beauty we're dealing with here. You have got such a sensational amount. Well done, Joe. You absolute love. You got in and got this one. Farilla? Well done to you as well, lovely lady. Helen too. Check out your basket, because guess what? I've got one left, and Helen and Shirley are racing to the finish line on this one, and I've got people on the phone. So do get these. They are sensational. Bought this strand. It is worth every penny. Anonymous, I completely agree with you. Just look at the beauty of this, and honestly, I promise you, the lights in here aren't even doing it justice. This is something you have never ever seen before. 30-day money-back guarantee that I doubt anyone will be using. They have gone. Well done, absolutely everybody, for you today. That That is sensational. You are going to love those. I mean, really love them. I'm about to bring to you now this brand spanking new strand of fluorite. Now, I don't think this is actually described as zebra fluorite, which I think is an absolute shocker. If it was described as zebra fluorite, you would be paying for this strand, what's the carat weight on it? 135 carats. Average price point for your carat weight of zebra is around about the, we say, isn't it about, is it about £25 once you get to 100, and then like £5 on top of that each one for each 10 or something. So you've probably got on average about 20, 30, 40, about £50 worth if this had that name, if this had that title next to it. That's what you'd be looking at here. It's not got that name to it, possibly because we've definitely got some zebra in here. You definitely got some of that zebra fluorite, but you also have those base tone colours as well. You have those gorgeous golds, those greens as well running through there. Well done to everybody. Just to let you know, we've sold out of the last few things that we've had. The prices have been amazing. If you want something, you love it, especially when it's brand new and stunning like this, you need to get in on the phone as quickly as you can because we're extremely busy. 0800 644 655. It's stunningly faceted. It's beautifully created to get these beautiful big bold looks. It is a launch, and I'm going to do a launch price. So if you're online right now, get it whilst you can, because if you're online or on the phone, that's the price it's going to be next time you see this. If you see this, you know, in a month's time, that'll be the price that it is. If it hasn't sold out today, yeah, it'll be longer than that if otherwise. You have got such a high quality here. If this was classed as zebra fluorite, even at our price points, you'd be paying around the £50 price mark for this. Because of the craftsmanship, because of that high-end name, you have definitely got some zebra fluorite in here, as well as some of the beautiful kind of golden tones and the speckled effects as well. You've got so much on here, they don't even lie flat next to each other, look. That is your launch price. It should be £18 today, though it's actually £14.95. Get this whilst you can. It's absolutely completely natural, beautiful multicoloured fluorite today. These faceted bears are just sensational. 135 carats worth. That is just an amazing price point, isn't it? Imagine just one of these. Imagine just one of those on that gorgeous black chain that we had earlier on. That's going to be a stunning juxtaposition between that deep, dark, rich chain all the way with those beautiful high shine lemons as well. Or what are you saying, Danny, with this? Is that what you said? Yeah. With the coated labradorite as well. Could be a doer, couldn't it? Absolutely. Or the abalone as well. Look gorgeous with this. Get it whilst you can. Well done, everybody. It's one of the most beautiful phosphorescent pieces. It really is stunning. Get them whilst you can. £14.95. Gonna be your honour. Well done. Brand spanking new. Nice work to every single one of them, because you're one of the first people in the world to own this strand. Nice work to you. I'm going to actually show you and bring you those labradorite right now. You have got here stunning labradorite, and it's got that gorgeous coating on it. Now, some people might say, well, okay, it's labradorite, so it's got labrador essence. Why have you put a paint over it? We haven't painted it, we put a coating over it. Completely different thing. The coating itself is translucent, and that means that you can actually see through it. So I get a hit of the labrador essence, but then I get that metallic glow over the top. Why do we coat it? Well, because we're not hiding anything. What we're actually doing is we're offering you something that Mother Nature does not offer you, which is metallic coloured labradorite. You've got 120 carats worth here. Look at that glow. You can still see on that centre one there the labrador essence under the surface. It's much easier for you to see it when you get it home, as always, so please do get it home. 30-day money-back guarantee. It's your beautiful coated labradorite. We hardly ever see it, but it's gorgeous. Imagine that just on a stretchy as a male bracelet. It'd be stunning. Or just a few of these as a pair of earrings would be beautiful as well. You've got a massive amount here. It's 120 carats worth that we've got in total. They're stunning, graduated to perfection, really workable. Your price today, we're rolling it down as low as we can for you. This strand is just £15.95 for you today, so get that whilst you can. CBRU72. Look at the amount you're getting. This is going to go really far, isn't it? You only need 2 or 3 of these to create a really nice eye-catching effect, don't you, realistically? Look at the labrador essence underneath the surface of that beautiful coating. It's really gorgeous. Get it whilst you can. £15.95. Nice work, everybody. Say it again, sorry. Yeah. Not the time to be putting down the phone. Not the time now to be looking at your watch going, oh, hang on, it's nearly time to put on the tea. Not right now, ladies and gentlemen, because not only do I have those sensational pearls coming up, I've also got your strand I want to show you a little bit of an email about, if you don't mind. Have you got that slide for me, Ryan? This is from our manager. This is from Steve Bennett, who you may well know if you watch our sister channels in particular. He headed up the documentary that was done about our channels it was the end of last year, wasn't it, on ITV? He's a gem collector. There he is, look. There's 2 emails in there. The first one I've purposely kept quite small because it's one I've shown you time and time again. This was sent in September of last year, and it essentially says that this gemstone I'm about to show you is so rare at the moment that the biggest gemstone show in the world, it went down by around about it went up, sorry, in price by around about 300% in total. The bottom email there is one of the most recent emails that we got a few weeks ago, and it essentially says Tanzanite dark days. It says, hi team, as you know, 80% of the world's Tanzanite is cut and traded in Jaipur. I have spent 3 days there, and this is the first time I did not buy a single stone because so little rough is coming out of the ground. The price of rough has spiraled out of control. It really is dark time for Tanzanite. Will Tanzanite return to a sensible price? At this point, I would say unlikely. Though that was sent a few weeks ago. So that was from Steve Bennett. He's saying essentially he was in Jaipur for 3 days and he wouldn't buy any Tanzanite for the first time ever. He didn't buy any Tanzanite because the price was too high. He's then said, is the price going to change? Probably not. Pair those 2 things together, and for me to tell you that from what I've still heard and from what we know from what's being buying in, our company, the Genuine Gemstone Company, is currently not buying in this gemstone anymore. We don't know if that's going to change. It might change if the price for some reason drops, which seems, as Steve said, unlikely. Get this gemstone when you can because it's an heirloom that is running out. We're not going to be sourcing this for much longer. It is one of the most prized gemstones in the world, and currently, for one of the first times ever, it's getting up in price points higher than diamond. It is one of the most sought after gemstones in the world. Your one locational, one-time opportunity, Tanzanite. Get this whilst you can, because if I even have the chance to bring you any Tanzanite in 6 months' time, I will be absolutely shocked. This is your double strand of stunning Tanzanite. Get it whilst you can, ladies and gentlemen. Already people coming in for this. Already people had got themselves on that phone line. They were waiting. Well done if you did so. It's a great time. Launched, of course, by Tiffany. We know this gemstone. We adore this gemstone. It's one of the most beautiful gemstones in the world, and you're getting a double strand of it today. This is one of the highest carat weights I've seen of this gemstone in quite some time, and I've got the highest quantity. I started off with 42 of these. That is the highest quantity. The last few strands I've been bringing to you of Tanzanite, when I've been lucky enough to find it, we've been bringing you 3 or 4 strands. I started off with 42 today. I'm already down to 36, and that's without even showing you the price. This is a gemstone which we are no longer collecting. We are no longer getting this out of the ground, and when it is out of the ground and we are trying to purchase it, the prices have skyrocketed so much. That email in September said that they'd skyrocketed between 200 and 300%, and that's in the space of a couple of months. 200 to 300% they'd shot up within the space of a few months. Now it's looking more like 600 to 800%, and that again is just in the space of a few months. So we're not buying this anymore. If you want to own this, if you can get your hands on this, lock it away for a couple of years and go and get it valued in 5 years' time, I think you could be amazed at what could happen to the price of it. I really do, because at the end of the day, if we're not sourcing it, if it's essentially an extinct gemstone, what you're buying today is going to be an heirloom. Over half my stock has gone now. Your price point today for double strand Tanzanite, £12.95. Everyone else is taking up the price. Everyone else, pretty much, aren't they, really? That's what we're expecting. That's what we're seeing. We're beating our own website at that price at the moment. The only other strand of Tanzanite we've got on is around the £20 price mark, which is a fab price point, but £12.95 is astonishing. When I want to cheer myself up, even when I don't want to buy anything, I watch you. You're such a bubble of fun and always smiling. Thanks from Wendy. I love that. A bubble of fun. Especially as I learned a new skill the other day. Bubble. I couldn't do that. 27 years I've been trying. Good, that, isn't it? Thank you, Wendy. You're such a love. You're so adorable. Thank you. I love messages in. You're so lovely. Oh, Wendy, give yourself a hug. You're a lovely lady. $12.95 for you. Only 6 of these left. Everyone who is purchasing them, really good on you, because you're getting yourself a right little treat, aren't you? How do you feel about adding something spectacular now? I'm about to bring to you this strand of magnificence. I'm about to bring to you a stunning, high-end strand of pearls. Now, what is a high-end strand of pearls, you might say? Because let's face it, pearls, I think we can all struggle with this. Pearls can be quite hard to price point, can't they? Because with gemstones, you look at a carat weight and you go, that's a high carat weight, so the price will be high. Or it's nicely faceted, so you go, oh, lots of workmanship, so that'll be high. You don't get that with this because it's an organic, so we don't do carat weights on organics, and also you don't get faceted pearls, do you? The beauty and nature of pearls is what Mother Nature brings to us. So what are we going to be looking for? Well, you are looking for stunning luster, and you're looking for shape as well. Two of the main things. Now, this to my eye is a double plus quality. That's what I would suggest to you. Another thing to say about this is realistically they are just absolutely beautiful in appearance, aren't they? I do want to point out one very important thing about the description of this. These are your peach freshwater cultured pearls. They are absolutely sensational. One thing I do want to point out is this little section down here. Natural. Natural pearls hardly ever come up anywhere on the market because essentially pearls, like I've said already, are very different. They're an organic, they don't get faceted, but also, unlike most gemstones, when they have a treatment, it's not just the one treatment. So, for example, let's say with, I don't know, a strand of amethyst, you might say down here in brackets a H, which means it's been heated. That means that we've applied a heat of around 400 degrees to give it a different colour and a different appearance. You might see sapphire that has been, for example, filled. So we've put lots of blue glass inside, kind of injected it inside the sapphire to make it look nice and make it hold together and make it look pretty. And if that is the case, then you have a bracket with an F in it. But that will be what has happened to the gemstone. With your pearl, it's totally different. If you see a D in your brackets, that means it's been dyed, but it won't just have been dyed. For a pearl to be dyed, other processes need to take place, and they are bleaching, so we'll bleach it first. We'll then tend to polish it so that it gets an even tone. We'll then irradiate it, which means we shoot it with gamma rays, and then it gets locked away for around 6 months. And then we add dye to it. So essentially, if you see that it's been dyed, you need to take into account there's been at least 1 or 2 more treatments applied to it, which is fine. But for a lot of people, for example, brides, for example, people who just love, owning the kind of best, the most exquisite, then some people will only purchase the real deal natural coloured pearls. And ladies and gents, that is what I have here for you today. It is a sensational, sensational strand. Your price point on this today, you're going to be blown away by. How? That's what you're asking. How is that possible? I'll tell you how. What we've been doing recently is, no matter whether it's your high-end strand or your low-end strand, what we've been doing is we've been getting them as a group together, and we've just been slicing the prices so that they're all the same price, so they're all even. £6.95 for you today on these natural coloured peach pearls for you. £6.95. Nice work to all you triple buyers. I know it's very, very rare that we see natural pearls at all, isn't it? Really, really stunning. £6.95 for you on those ones today. Nice work, everyone. I know it's rare that we actually see them. Really, really, really rare that we see natural pearls. But get them whilst you can, especially with that luster quality, especially with that effect. It's the same length strand as all of our pearl strands, which is a necklace length. Do you want me to show you against the neck? Show you. There we go. Touching at the back. This is perfect, for me anyway, as a necklace length. This is touching at the back. And yes, if you're watching for the first time and you're thinking, wait, what? Are they real pearls? Yeah, they genuinely are real pearls. They're natural coloured pearls. We don't see it very often at all in the gem world. It's said that it's over 90% worth of all pearls that are on the market will have had treatments done to them. This strand doesn't though. Natural quality, Mother Nature, just showing off really. Well done everyone who's coming in and getting these. Vast majority of you by the looks of things are multi-buying actually, loads and loads of you. You know quality, you know you deserve high end, and you have absolutely gotten it here. Well done everyone, £6.95 for you today. Oh, my pick. Get you, see what you're saying, see what you're saying. What do I fancy doing? Good question. How's about, what's in 14? Oh, they're quite nice. They're quite nice. Or what do you think about 8? Should we give 8 a go? This is one of the best coloured jadeite I've seen in weeks. Oh my goodness, I'm about to bring you jadeite. How beautiful is that colouring? That's really stunning. I absolutely adore jadeite. Why did I choose this? Okay, I absolutely adore jadeite. I don't think we have jadeite on enough. I don't think people know that much about jadeite myself, and I think it's one of those that actually the more we learn about it, the more we fall in love with it, the more we kind of enjoy having it in our stash, and the more we're proud of having it in our stash. Because I remember, this is only a couple of weeks ago, one of our team said, oh, jadeite, oh, is that as good as jade? It's the best type of jade there is. There are 2 different types of jade necessarily. It wasn't Ben, no, it wasn't Ben. It wasn't. There's 2, jade is kind of a title, I would say. And under that heading, there are 2, it wasn't her either, it was a manager actually. Yeah, it was 2 different headings. One of them is jadeite, which we have here, and the other one is nephrite. Now, what is the difference? Okay, so jadeite is the higher quality, the most renowned, the most sought after, and the highest priced of the 2 jades. It's also the archetypal colouring of jades as well. So nephrite, when you see that, it's almost white in appearance. When you're dealing with things like that, you're using it for kind of home pieces, you know, things like your vases are made with nephrite, etc. Whereas jadeite is often only used with your jewellery, for example. Also, the interesting thing about jadeite and nephrite, the differences that stand there is that nephrite is often known as your hard jade. It's actually the softer of the 2 though. So this is much harder. We're looking at around a 7 on the Mohs scale for this, which means it's much harder than its comparison as well. Meaning that you can use this on things like rings and bracelets and not worry that they're going to scratch or scuff if you wear them day in, day out. This is the most sought after of the jades. Your price point today for 200 carats. Wow. Brand spanking new to the mid-show for you today. 8 mil of your most high-end and beautiful jadeite. It is sensational quality, isn't it? To get your hands on this today whilst you can, it is beautiful quality. It's got that really nice, deep kind of green hue to it, that beautiful kind of tone to it. What would you do with these, Maggie?
I think I'd do it in a macrame type bracelet. You know, sort of like the sliding knot type. Yeah, I think I'd do it that with some fine cord.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, as you said, it's going to, because it's so durable and so high up in the Mohs scale, then it's going to wear well, so you can wear it in a bracelet and not be worried about damaging it. Yeah,
absolutely. You don't have to worry about it whatsoever. It's gorgeous quality. We don't see it often. 200 carats worth. Get it whilst you can. 8 mil today for under £20. Nice work to you. And let's be honest. Oh, how gorgeous does this go with it? Tell me the truth, that goes stunning, doesn't it? Hey, really corking quality on this that we've got. You've got that angelite tone actually, haven't you? It's so deep and important. Imagine that. Ooh. It really makes it pop, doesn't it? It really brings that out of it itself. It is a stunning strand of your aquamarine that I have here. Hello, how did I not think of this? Look at that. Did you get that multi-barrel? If you did, well, you can't get much better than that, really, can you? You've got 150 carats worth here of this aquamarine. It's one of the most sought-after gemstones in the world, and it's Brother Pete's favourite gemstone, isn't it, Brother Pete? It is your favourite gemstone. Oh, how nicely would it go with that too? Thanks, Brother Pete. You have got in here one of the highest grade of aquamarine we've ever seen on Designer Inspiration. You can tell that instantly, and it's due to the tone and saturation. You've got a double whammy of kind of summit point of quality here. You really, really do. You've got a double whammy of beautiful effect with this. That gorgeous kind of deep, rich blue that's oh so tranquil, oh so appealing. But also you've got that kind of archetypal Tiffany blue book colouring actually as well, haven't you? And that is due to the fact that the quality of this is so epic. It has got that beautiful richness and depth to it, and it's going to mean that your pieces are going to really stand out from the crowd if you're working with this. I have 150 carats worth on this strand in total, and to bring you that quality at a price point under £60 would almost be unforgivable, wouldn't it? Because realistically the quality is there, and this can demand that price. And at the end of the day, if I were to bring you this at £56.95, that would be indicative of quality, and you would appreciate it for that, wouldn't you? Because at the end of the day, we purchase quality whenever we can, and we purchase it at a great price. Your price point today isn't £56, it's not even 50. That is not indicative of quality. £34.95, you should be paying skyrocketed amounts, way more than that. That is an amazing price point that you are getting on this today. It truly is. £34.95 for you today. It's amazing. If you had some kunzite in your stash, that would be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it? You've got loads that you can add to this actually. That abalone that we had on before is going to be absolutely spectacular, isn't it? It's going to be beautiful for you to add to your collection. As is, if you're going to add, hang on. What about with this? Ooh. Ooh, Labradorite. I'm bringing to you now though another strand actually that goes a bit too well, almost too well to ignore, some might say, some might not, but that's them. I've got for you here a strand of your rainbow moonstone. Look at the quality of this. That is fantabulous, isn't it? What do you think of that? Be honest. Because it's rare that we see moonstone with quality like this, is it? Look at that. Brother Pete, come here. We've not said hello to Brother Pete today. We've got some new viewers today, Brother Pete. Come on next to me. This is my Brother Pete.
Hello.
There he is. He's not really my brother, because people do get confused. Did you know that Sheila the other day was like, oh, I thought he was your brother. Like, no. People say that we look like brother and sister because of how we look. Do the family pose. How do you want to do it? Let's do it on the desk. That's why people think we're brother and sister. Brother Pete, how was your birthday?
It was good.
What did you do, please? You turned 24.
24, yeah.
Gosh, younger brother, obviously. What did you get for your birthday, please?
I went for dinner with my parents.
Dinner with your parents.
Where'd you go? Oh no, what?
Buffet? Was it a buffet?
Actually, yes it was.
Actually, yes it was. Of course it was. Oh, Brother Pete, I adore you. We missed you. I'm glad you're back. Did you miss us?
Yeah, of course.
arm twist. 100 carats weight of your rainbow moonstone you have here. It's astonishing, astonishing quality. Your price point today, say that to me again. Did you just shh me? Should be £14.95. He's going to drop the price. Producer Danny's taking it down for you. Your price point today should be £14.95, which is completely great for the quality. £9.95 for you on that one today. That is really fantastic price point. Get your hands on it whilst you can, because for that you are getting yourself a real deal, a real bargain. Beautiful moonstone. I completely agree with you. It really is the quality. Let's just focus on the quality of this. Please remember for me that due to the different lenses and layers in the camera and all the different bits of glass, and due to the light in here, things like your schiller can be lost in studio settings, because obviously I'm not in a real light source here, I'm in a studio. We're kind of under lights that are said to set the presenters and the guest designers and kind of the set around us. So you very, very rarely get this amount of quality shining through. That goes to show you the amazing quality that we have here, and if you get this home, it's going to be even more. Isn't it? OMG, Becky, what are you doing bringing all these stunners out today? Well, Ben works here every day. I presume you mean the gemstones. Presumably. Although Ben's very upset, isn't he? Oh, bless. I know, there's just so many treats on today, isn't there? Be rude not to, wouldn't it? It's the start of the weekend. Come on. I've got a lovely jam-packed weekend. I've got World's Best Hugger on tomorrow.
Oh.
Oh, you know what I mean, don't you? You know what I mean?
Fiona
Potter, yeah. See, official World's Best Hugger. And I've got Frankie up on Sunday as well, doing something a little bit kind of different for you. So I've got loads of treats coming up for you this weekend. Let's just start off with a bang, eh? £9.95, so many of you getting this. Thank you for your text, lovely lady. Yes, I did mean gemstones. Sorry, Ben. Oh, you just got ignored. Oh, bless you. We love you, Ben. Ben, the hidden gem of JewelleryMaker. £9.95 for you today. Well done to everyone getting that. Where do, sweet bee? Oh, gorgeous. Have a look at this. The richness, the boldness, the beauty of, no, not Ben, the sky blue apatite. Take a look. That is beautiful, isn't it? Genuinely stunning, genuinely gorgeous, gorgeous quality of your sky blue apatite. If I'm just shimmying this like so, you can see that gorgeous kind of like richness to it, can't you? You can see that beautiful kind of the natural occurring colour that we've got through here. And don't forget, this is a natural colour. This isn't treated to give it that colour. It's completely and absolutely natural. It's almost got that kind of Swiss blue topaz colouring to it, doesn't it? Because Swiss blue topaz, when we see that naturally, we expect kind of a strong, rich hue such as this, don't we? We really do. Sky blue apatite we have here. It is absolutely beautiful quality, and the fact that Mother Nature brings us this kind of out of this world colouring, I always think is just phenomenal. What do you think of it, Maggie?
Sorry, the apatite. It looks lovely. Yeah. I like pairs because I think, you know, you get so many there, and I like them top drilled as well because you can do a little bit of wire wrapping around the top.
Love that idea.
So I'd use it. I don't think I'd use it for a bracelet. Probably use it for necklace, earrings, or a cascade. You know, well, maybe cascade's not the right word. Multi-layers. Yeah.
Love that idea.
And I'd put it with rose gold definitely because they just play against each other really nicely.
Yeah.
And I'd even put a little bit of rose quartz in there.
Love
a little bit pink.
Gorgeous. Your code on this is RBRU36. Your price point today, £24.95. But I did have that text in saying, you're bringing so many stunners, and I want to keep that going because apparently we like that. So I can make it more stunning. Your price point today for gorgeous apatite, £14.95. That's £10 back in your pocket, isn't it? £10 back in your pocket. That is astonishing, isn't it? And look at the code. RBRU35. That's like Rebecca, Ben, Ryan and you. 36 for us today. That is amazing. Or Ryan Barron, are you 36? No, you're not, are you? You're not. You're only 27. Bless your pup. Bless your pup. $14.95 for you today. On the website, we're looking at around the kind of £28-29 mark. You never get that for this. On our website right now, actually, we've got a carat weight similar to that. £14.95 for you today. $14.95 at 34 carats worth. Well done to everybody. Just arrived, flown into the building less than 17 minutes ago was this brand new strands. Oh, Labradorite. Gorgeous quality as well. I love Labradorite that's this deep blue. I love Labradorite that's got that gorgeous, rich, sapphire blue Labradorescence quality to it. I really do. I'm so chuffed to have this here for you right now. It's going to be $9.95. I was not meant to say that. Sorry. Pretend you didn't hear that. I'm absolutely blown away by that, because look at the carat weight on this. Look at the size of this, 12 mil. $9.95 is usually the price point you expect to pay for Labradorite that you've seen, you know, 23 times or more, that's been on the show for months, that we've taken down in price to be $9.95, and you don't expect it to be 12 mil either, do you? You expect that price point for probably your 8 mils, or maybe even your 6 mils actually. You don't expect that for an entire strand that's as big, a bold and beautiful as this, or the quality of this, to be $9.95, but it's going to be £9.95 for you today. That is your premier launch price point for you. Get those ones whilst you can. Imagine them as a set of cufflinks. Oh, they'd be gorgeous, wouldn't they? They would be absolutely beautiful, wouldn't they? Male or female pieces. Don't forget, cufflinks are huge. Huge this season, absolutely massive this season, because at the end of the day you've got that really androgynous look coming onto the catwalks, and that have been for a while now, and that's kind of, we're seeing that spinning around more and more on the kind of on your high streets, don't we? You're seeing all the boyfriend jackets, and you've got the kind of oversized jeans, and you've got this, yeah, boyfriend jackets. Do you know what a boyfriend jacket is? It's, yeah, it's a blazer, isn't it? Yeah, it is. No more now, Becky. I'm already in trouble. Anonymous, I see, already in trouble. Keeps on the down now. Wow, says another anonymous. It's gorgeous, isn't it? If poor Ben develops any swelling from that dental abscess, he needs to see a dentist on the same day. Hope it's treated soon. And that's from Sheena. Am I missing something? When have we mentioned that Ben has an abscess? We haven't mentioned it.
That happened today.
Because it's happened today. Sheena, how did you know that? Because my gorgeous Ben has been in absolute agony. He has a really, really bad tooth abscess. He's been to the hospital to try and get it sorted.
They told me to book in when my dentist was next free.
Oh, Sheena, you've started him off now. You have started him off. I've heard, for a consultation. We haven't mentioned it. I've definitely not. In fact, I've purposely not mentioned it, because sometimes when you mention illnesses, it makes you feel worse, doesn't it? Sheena, how did you know? $9.95 for you today. This morning, Alison said it was mentioned this morning. The morning show been talking about your abscessy face.
There's so many painkillers.
I've had a lot of painkillers. Thank you, he says. Oh, bless you. That's very sweet of you both. Thank you. Where to, sorry, lovely? Get on the phone, 0800 644 655. Get on the phone as soon as you can, or on JewelleryMaker.com. Yep, it's Tanzanite. Okay. This is one of the last strands I am likely to see in quite some time. Get your hands on this whilst you can. We've already talked to you about tanzanite that we've had on of late and the fact that the price point has skyrocketed. We're hardly getting any tanzanite in at this moment in time because essentially it's almost impossible to take out of the ground. When we are taking it out of the ground, it is in such small quantities, and it's kind of a bidding process for who wants to pay the most for it, and we'll sell it to you. This is one of the newest strands of tanzanite that we've had, and I'll be honest with you, it's probably one of the last new strands that we will have, because at the end of the day, at this current moment in time, the Genuine Gemstone Company is not purchasing this gemstone because it's gone up far too much in price for us to be able to kind of commit to the quantities and the quality you are so used to now as jewellery maker and connoisseurs. I brought you a strand of tanzanite a couple of weeks ago for $169.95. I'm about to bring you this one. It's a different look, it's a different peel, but it's a heck of a lot lower. Your price point is just £39.95 for you today. Get your hands on this. It's one of the rarest gemstones in the world. The yield is dramatically lowered. Dramatically lowered. It is absolutely beautiful alongside that Rose de France style amethyst as well, actually, isn't it? Really sensational. Well done, anyone who's getting this. You're going to be one of the last people to be able to get your hands on that strand, more than likely. So get it whilst you can, because it is absolutely beautiful. And look how well it pairs with this as well. It pairs so beautifully. This is that pink amethyst that I had for you earlier on. Not many of them left at all, just sort of 3 or 4 of them left at this moment in time. Totally natural pink amethyst. It's such a rarity, but we did have it on for you today. Got about 30 of this left, I've just been told by my producer. So please do feel free to come in on the phone lines and get this when you wish, because today it's just £11.95. That was a drop down price from $14.95 for you today. It is a beautiful tone. It's got that stunning glow appeal. It's one of the hardest gemstones in the world to kind of mine it for many different reasons. But it is totally natural coming at you today with that gorgeous, delicate tone to it. We're looking at around a 5% tone, giving you that kind of archetypal Rose de France colouring, which we all know is so popular, but also seriously beautiful. 50 carats worth of this left over of your pink amethyst. Well done to everyone who's getting your hands on that, and everyone who already did. I think I had just over 100 of those. It's one of the highest quantities I've ever had of pink amethyst before. Please, can we see the barrel again? Ta! Seeing as you asked so politely, then yes, you can. Here it is. Multi-beryl that we had on for you today. Lots of different colours in here. Goshenite colours. You have the aquamarine colours. Loads. Look at that morganite. Gorgeous kind of deepness. In fact, how nicely is this stone going to go with those ones we had in the bundle earlier? A really pretty effect, isn't it? This is your multi-strand bundle, your multi-stranded beryl. So you've got multi-colours running through here. We have in this your 6mm. You had your 6mm gemstones on this. It's 91 carats worth. We took this down in price. It was £17.95, but we did take it down to just £14.95 for you today. It is a beautiful strand, it really is. You can see the quality of it, can't you? You can see how each one of those colours, it's not insipid, it's not got that kind of, oh, what are they? It's not watery, wishy-washy. It's beautiful, bold, impactful beryl. And I've got to say, it's one of the best quality strands I've seen in a while, and that is the most competitive, most affordable price that we've seen. Reviews online are all 5-star reviews for this strand, and those are written by people who have already bought this, got it home and loved it so much they felt obliged to write a review. And all of the reviews on this are 5-star reviews, 5 out of 5, which goes to show you the quality of this is absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? £14.95 for you on that today. Thank you very much for going into this. In the Dura, last strand that I'm going to have the opportunity to show you right here, right now. Price point me. That is amazing. I mean, genuinely sensational. Have a look at these for me. You have got here a gorgeous selection of your top drill pink agates. These are phenomenal. How much would these be if they were cabochons, Maggie? Of this size, per one.
What, elsewhere, you mean?
Yeah, elsewhere.
Oh, I think you'd be paying £2, £2.50, maybe even more for that. I vaguely remember a few years ago buying one, I paid £3 for it, slightly larger. Yeah, so...
So even if we did the lowest price point of that, the lowest price point, let's say these were £2 each, that would mean that for this strand I would be paying 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, £24. Now that, I've got to say, for a genuine gemstone collection of cabs is amazing, actually, to get that variety. Not today, £9.95 for all 12 of them today. That is astonishing. So how much is that each, Danny? He's just trying to work it out on a calculator. 82 pence each for these today. And don't forget, you can use them as a cabochon if you wanted to, because a lot of these are completely and absolutely opaque, so you won't even be able to tell when you do use the drill hole. You won't even be able to tell. So use them as a cabochon in that way, but use that sneaky drill hole if perhaps you're a little bit new to jewellery making and you're not totally, you know, 110% confident in working with your cabochons yet, but you still want to get that gorgeous look. Then you absolutely can do with this, can't you? Treat yourself to those today because they are sensational. £9.95. Now don't forget, I've got your trio of amethyst that we gave to gorgeous Maggie. Let's go and have a look. Oh, I should have given you a heads up, shouldn't I, love? Sod.
I'm frantically trying to get a last bit put together quickly.
Mosey over. I feel like this is a moseying dress, actually, now I think of it. It is a bit mosey, isn't it? Like a milkmaid or something. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Right, so
You've done loads with these already.
I've just done 3 little things.
You've done 3 pieces.
This one's not quite as finished as I'd like it to be.
It's all right, I've rushed you, so don't worry. Have a little look at what we created. We gave Maggie 3 brand new strands of amethyst. They were sensational, they were really beautiful. They were graduated and they were deep, rich, stunning, Zambian-esque amethyst that we had in there. Look at the quality of that. Oh, I absolutely adore this. That is so pretty. How did you do that one?
I did that with a double strand, so threaded it through the 2 on each strand, and then 1 through a bead or through the little droppers to try and make it a little bit asymmetric. So it's 2 strands of wire and 2 lots of beads. I only used 2 of the strands. I've got a complete strand that I've not used.
You've got loads left because the strands were really lengthy. This is just one of the strands. You get 3 of this,
bit more as well.
Oh, there's loads, isn't there?
Yeah,
absolutely loads of them. And then what about the earrings?
2 beaded beads on the earrings.
Yeah.
Because I like that particular style of earring. I think it just lends itself to something weighty at the bottom. Yeah. So I really love that.
Stunning, isn't it?
And I use the monofilament for making the beady beads with. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Maggie, it's so lovely to have you back on.
It's great to see.
Do you know when you're back yet?
Not next month.
Not next month.
Hopefully the month after.
Month after that. We're going to keep our eyes peeled for you.
Thank you so much. It's been great. It's been lovely coming back. It's been great seeing everyone.
Remind us again what your Facebook is. JM, guest designer.
JM, GD, I think it says, Maggie Jones, something like that.
Keep your eyes peeled. I'll be back with you tomorrow with lovely Fiona Potter. Stay tuned for the Late Show. We'll see you soon.
Download the Jewellery Maker app today. You can watch our Jewellery Maker shows live, view all the details of the item that is currently on air, as well as browsing all the items from